Football on KS 95.7. Play-by-play coverage from Tom Robinson, alongside Perry Fief, and sideline reporting from Kevin Ferguson. Your home for Atlantic Trojan sports is KS 95.7.
And good evening, from Atlantic. Tom Robinson, Perry Fief, Kevin Ferguson, and Cody Weaver behind the camera as we bring you high school football here on 95.7 FM. The Atlantic Trojans and the Clarke Indians facing off in this non-district contest here tonight. Broadcast brought to you by Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll. Also brought to you by the First Whitney Bank. They're the only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank. Body Basic, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. And the Seed Pros, by your side to maximize yields. From the word go, your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. Also brought to you by 2nd Street Auto, your transmission pros, and Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. Outfitters Plus Outlet Store, your home for personalized sports apparel in Atlantic. And brought to you by the Super Bowl. Grab the gang and head to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling every Friday and Saturday night. Swida, safe, reliable Swida for all your transportation needs. And Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty, your local Stein representative. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee, your bakery, deli, grocery, meat department, and pharmacy, always here for you, your Atlantic Hy-Vee, and Atlantic Ag and Auto, your locally owned full-line CarQuest retail store in Atlantic, and Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, a hometown bank for hometown people, member FDIC. Also brought to you by Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, a hometown bank for hometown people, a member FDIC, and Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile for you. Olson's BP, great food, Godfather's Pizza, and quality BP fuel to keep you going company. Olson's BP in Atlantic. And Aaron Friend, Principal of Securities. Aaron Friend and Principal of Securities, now located inside Snyder and Associates. 79 beautiful degrees here tonight at Trojan Bowl, and the Atlantic football team with their yellow jerseys, white pants, and black helmets out, and the Indians from Clarke in their white jerseys, maroon pants and white helmets. And Perry Fief joins us here. The Trojans coming off a tremendous game a week ago, all on the ground, 365 yards rushing, with Tyson O'Brien leading the way with 245 yards, Gavin McLaren with 80, and Ethan McNeil, the speedster, had a 40-yard TD run. I think we can expect more of the same tonight.
That's what I'm thinking. The way it worked last week is like, you don't have to, if it's not broke, don't fix it, you know. It's just everything worked good last week. And, again, it helps having a fullback that weighs 247 pounds. It's a moving offensive line because he's blocking 2 and 3 guys as they were running. You know, when he wasn't getting the ball, he was blocking very well.
Atlantic 1-0, and Clarke with their opener tonight. How important is that game under your belt to going into week 1?
Well, to me, it's great, but now, like you said, it's actually week 1.
Yeah,
so,
it's confusing.
Yeah. You know, but that gave Clarke a chance to see what Atlantic does so they could work all week on how to try and stop it, which is good luck on that. But at least Atlantic, they already know what it feels like they've hit somebody else already. So, they got their jitters out. These guys Clarke will still have jitters. You know, it's their first game.
Yeah, Clarke was here last week, and you can bet Corey Fost is either here or will be watching this game somehow here tonight. Atlantic will play Glenwood next week. The Rams fell to Sioux City East in a game played last night. Kevin Ferguson with us as well. And, Kevin, your take on game number 2 for the Trojans here.
Well, I do expect them to pound and pound and pound and pound. One thing we didn't mention, a couple things. One was turnovers, none. And 2 was penalties, very few. And, they overcame those penalties, which was really big. The other thing I want to say is the passes that we did have, those receivers twice, 2 different receivers. There were balls that could have been intercepted, and they went up and fought for the ball. And, that's really buying into the program and your team, and they're going to need a lot of that throughout the year. I think today we might see them uncork a few different things on offense that we haven't seen yet because, they haven't had to. And Clarke's going to be prepared for those, so let's roll something else out.
You bet, Fergie, and great point about the penalties, and absolutely no turnovers a week ago. Shelton Malia, defensive back, will not be in the lineup tonight. Derek Wood will get the start, but Wood has some experience, played last week. He'll be number 85 on your live video screen. We are powered by Nishnanet, and our audio stream is brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. Greg Young Automotive with our audio stream, and we're powered by Nishnanet. We're going to be joined by Atlantic Activities Director Andy Mitchell. That's coming up next.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. Or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
At Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We've been dedicated to our communities for over 35 years. From real estate and ag loans to personal and commercial banking, we offer a full range of financial services tailored to meet your needs. We believe in giving back and being involved in the communities we serve. Stop into one of our 12 convenient locations or visit us at rollinghillsbank.com.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robinson alongside Mr. Andy Mitchell as we take a look at the activities here this past week. And we got to go back to last Saturday, volleyball tournament, Mr. Mitchell, and scrimmage.
It was just a volleyball scrimmage. It's the annual official scrimmage. The officials come and have their meeting. They go over all the new rules for the year. They use our high school media center for that. With part of that, then we can invite schools to come and basically play 5 or 6 matches, 20 minutes in length, and it doesn't count towards anything, just a scrimmage, but it's a good chance to see somebody in a different jersey and get a little work in.
Yeah, last night the volleyball team in action against Winterset. Well, Winterset, they fell short 3-1. We are going to hear from head coach Bolts coming up at halftime, and even tomorrow morning she recapped that match. She's got a lot of players, and she thought that depth might have got a little bit of her way.
Yeah, she had a lot of girls got in and out last night. And I think she saw a lot of positive things as well. I talked to her this afternoon, and a lot of good things, a lot of things to build off of. The positive energy that the girls had maintained the entire evening, which I like to see. And when they're able to get in through their sets, they're pretty dangerous. There's a few things they got to work on. They're serving, they know that, and some are passing, but their communication was great, and that's going to bode well for them. I think they're going to surprise some people this year.
Well, you too. A lot of athletes on this squad this season, and they will be at HSTW tomorrow for a tournament, and then Tuesday travel to Red Oak. What about the cross-country team? The time trials are in or done?
Yeah, well, it was a little different this week. We no longer use heat index to decide what we're going to do for practice. We use what's called the wet bulb globe thermometer, and there's a number that they gave us. When you get that thing turned on, and then there's a number that it produces, and where that number falls on the scale tells us, hey, do everything in normal outside practice. Hey, you got to keep it to 2 hours and so many water breaks. Hey, keep it to 1 hour less, or no outside practice at all. We had a couple of those this week. So cross country and going into the morning, we made some adjustments on the fly, and Coach Ferguson reached out. So I do want to give a big thank you to Dan and the YMCA for allowing them to practice indoors Monday afternoon on the track, and then to Mission Hills Golf Club as well for Tuesday morning, so they could avoid the Tuesday afternoon heat when they wouldn't have been able to practice, to get out and do a time trial on the course Tuesday morning. So big thank you to Mission Hills Golf Club and the YMCA for their support on that aspect. But yeah, so they have the time trials, and now we've got going to Glenwood tomorrow morning, bright and early, and It's always a good meet. Our runners love running there.
They do.
And it's going to, this is one of those meets we've always kind of known where we've stood going in. This year we don't. And tomorrow's going to tell Coach Ferguson and Coach Mosier a lot about where their team is and who's going to step up for them.
Football team last week, 365 yards of the ground. They didn't have to throw the football because they could run it. 245 yards for O'Brien. Gab McLaren, who is a tremendous fullback, blocking back and a runner, 80 yards. And then Ethan McNeil broke loose for 40. Really a good game, is organized and well prepared, very few penalties, and just really a clean game for Atlantic.
Yeah, definitely well. Our guys are well prepared. You're in year 4 with Coach Bremer, and he's got a system in place now that the kids know what to expect going into the season, so their off season is pretty set with expectations of what they need to get accomplished to get ready for the season. And those boys did that this year, no doubt. But you could tell our depth in the football team last week as well. It wore down TJ. But power to TJ, though, because they didn't go out. That ball game was anybody's ball game. We had that 14, 18-point lead, but it wasn't comfortable.
No.
Because they were a team that could score in 5 seconds. And they did that a couple times.
I think you bring up a point there, and what was kind of impressive was when TJ did respond and did score, Atlantic just answered right back.
Yeah, we answered right back. Our guys didn't get bothered. They didn't panic. They just drove right down the field. Eventually, I think our depth, especially on the line, took over. He's rotating a lot of kids in and out of the defensive line. Those kids are getting lots of break, trying to go 2 platoon almost. And it made a huge difference against TJ, and I think it will the same thing tonight with Clarke. As I think we're going to be able to wear them down on both sides of the ball on the line.
Mr. Mitchell, I want to ask you about the girls' tennis going to fall and boys' golf going to fall next year.
Sure.
There is a petition also circulating around that is against that. I mean, what is the situation there?
I've heard there is a petition going around. Whether that has any impact, I don't know. Schools made their notice on it. There are benefits to it, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unknowns. The benefits of with some of the smaller schools, they have trouble finding both a boys and girls tennis coach. We are fortunate. Mike McDermott does a great job with an assistant of taking care of that. The last schools don't have that luxury. So by going to 2 different seasons, one person now can be the coach of both. It's unfortunate then, though, if that girls tennis coach coached the fall sport before, because now what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And so that's going to affect people. It was, danged if you do, danged if you don't, on a situation like that. But that's probably the main reason they had a lot of schools asking to split it apart, because it's so hard to find a coach. It didn't really lessen up the sport conflicts, because you went from 4 spring sports to 3, and then from 3 fall sports to 4 for the girls. For the boys, that's different. You went from 4 in the spring down to 3, and went from 2 in the fall up to 3 with golf. So it kind of evened it out there.
Yeah.
Benefits of golf, there's less conflicts with the course. The courses are usually more wide open in the fall. You have a lot less tournaments. People not as itching to get out there. We can get a lot of 18-hole play in before school even starts, so kids can miss less classes when it comes to the boys at least. So that's something to look forward to. 4A has been doing it in golf for years. Most states play boys golf in the fall.
Yeah.
So the question is, do you have a lot of cross-country runners and football players that are all for golf? We have a couple here and there, but it hasn't been a huge conflict for us in the past. That's not to say 3 or 4 years down the road where you won't have some issues. And no matter what you do, there's going to be conflicts.
Yes.
And that's what those are the petition. I understand it. But when you move them back, you've got other conflicts if we move them back. So there's no perfect solution to this. The state knows that. They're just trying to find the best solution.
Yeah, good point. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Good to
Tom.
see you again.
You too.
Thanks for having us up here, and we appreciate all that. And
Well, hey, I do have one more shout out. Coach Bummer has been begging me for a couple of years. He goes, we got a little extra money in the budget because we had a good year last year, ticket sales. He goes, what do you think of gold uniforms?
we
what? He goes, I want to get some gold tops. I said, go for it. We actually got a good price on them, and so I think they found out that the gold bottoms we have don't quite match this. It's a little bit off.
Yeah.
So tonight you've got black helmets on gold jerseys on white pants. I think it's sharp.
It looks great.
I think maybe they'll wear with the black pants and really look like Bumblebee sometime. But I think it's a great look, something different. Kids get a little excited. Anything to get them excited to play. You wouldn't think the uniform would do it, but I think it's going to. And let's make these uniforms in the right way tonight.
Sounds great. Hey, thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.
Good
Appreciate
luck
it.
tonight. Yeah, you appreciate you.
Have fun up here.
Thank you. Andy Mitchell, Atlantic Activities Director, and he joins us every Friday night here before the ball game to get us caught up on all the activities going on in Atlantic. Hey, next up is going to be our Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Meyer & Gross, the strength, the teamwork, and the reputation for results. So we're going to hear from 3 seniors coming up next. Jarrett Hansen, who had that long kickoff return last week. Xavier Dare will be along, and Evan Sorensen also will be up next on our pregame show. Again, the Meyer & Gross brings us the Senior Spotlight, the strength of teamwork, and the reputation of results. You're listening to High School Football on 95.7 FM and our live video stream powered by MissionNet.
First Windy Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Are you great with paperwork and have a grasp of real estate code and law? Does your schedule allow you to show a home at almost any time? Do you have a list of clients who are looking for a home? How about first-hand knowledge of properties in the market? No? Well, you're in luck because a realtor does. This is Melissa Enan with Meyer & Gross Real Estate, and having a realtor takes care of all those things and much more. It's what we do, it's who we are. Give us a call. We're here to help. Meyer & Gross Real Estate. Strength of teamwork, the reputation for results.
Welcome back to Pregame Show here at 95.7 FM, our live video stream on WesternIowaToday.com. Our Senior Spotlight brought to you by Meyer & Gross and Jared Hansen, Atlantic wideout, joining us here. Jared had a big kickoff return 1 week ago against Council Bluffs Jefferson, and this is how it all played out. Well, we're set to go. The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start the second half. Atlantic up 13-6 on the Seed Pros scoreboard, and Brody Heistand will kick it off. He's a left footer, and he boots it high, end over end. Backpedaling Hansen inside the 15 to the 20. 25 has a seam. 30 gets to the 35, 40, 45, 50. Breaks the tackle back near side 40. 35, 30, 25, 20. Breaks another tackle. 10, 5, 1 yard line.
Wow, there's a lot of good blocking.
Jarrett, a big highlight last week and really brought the crowd to their feet. Tremendous kickoff return. Describe it in your eyes as you carried the ball all the way down inside the 5 yard line.
First of all, I'd just like to thank all those blockers. It was, I would say very unexpected. I caught the ball and I was just looking for a hole and I saw one right away and I hit it and just going up. There were a lot of moments, thought I was going to get tackled, and then out of nowhere I had some amazing blocking coming, just, get in there for me, some broken tackles and stiff arms. And fortunately went down the 1 yard line. Just one more yard could have gotten my touchdown, but fell short right there. But the blocking all the way up was just tremendous, and just having a lot of open holes and a lot of cutbacks. Big opportunity there to get some yards.
You did great. It was fun to watch, no doubt about it. Well, Jared, let's talk about this week in practice. It's been a little bit different with the heat. You practiced in the AM rather than the PM. What was that like for you?
I think it really shows some work ethic by our team. Some of us living out of town, like me, waking up 5 a.m., 5:15 a.m. to get there. 5:45 for pre-practice. You got everybody there. some of us are tired to start out with, but it was just good to see the team come together so early in the morning and still go hard and just, fight for those positions to get ready for our game this Friday. It's
Talk about the focus this week against a team like Clarke.
we got to play harder, and we've been really focusing in practice, just lining up to some formations we think they're going to run and just really practicing that and going hard and just, practicing like we're going to play this week.
Talk about Clarke and what do you see in this football team from a defensive end?
From a defensive end, Clarke, we know that last year they were really kind of heavy in the box, that 5 front. And with that, we think we've put together some plays, and we've been talking to practice some ways to come over that, and we have a pretty good game plan going into this week as an offense.
You mentioned a game plan. I want to go back to last week because the team, you were extremely organized, very few penalties, just very well prepared. Talk about that preparation. Obviously, you practice, you play like you practice, and talk about how practice had gone ahead of that TGA game.
Well, like we've been talking about a lot, and I've said numerous times before, playing one way in practice, playing one way in the game, it's not something a lot of us like to hear at the start of the season, especially me, because I liked that defense and offense look last year. But coming into it, I saw the big benefits it took in the game, that when they started getting worn out, because they were playing people both ways, and we were limiting our guys to offense or defense, that we can take that big step, come out at half, and just through the third quarter that we're not really tired and we're just ready to go and we're enthusiastic, we're pumped up the whole game. And that, I think that just leads in from how we go in practice, that we're always with the same guys, and we get that chemistry going on one side and you're focusing on one side, that carries over to the game and how we play.
Speaking of focusing, Jared, you talk about the team, but individually, what are some of the things you're kind of working on this week to tune up your game some?
To tune up my game some, I know I've been practicing a lot of route running, a lot of footwork, doing some one-on-ones in practice, just going over the route tree, just making sure my routes are crisp, and especially like going back to kick return, just making sure being able to read the holes and read the blockers and stuff to get some more yards on that too.
Good stuff, Jared. Hope we see another one here tonight. Yeah. Best of luck.
Thank you, Tom.
Jared Hansen joining us here on the Senior Spotlight, brought to you by Meyer & Gross. Senior Xavier Darrow joining us now. And Xavier, look back on last week. What do you see as the key to the success of the team?
I would say our linemen up front. It was head down, driving every single guy until the whistle was blown. And we did that all the way up until the last whistle in the fourth quarter when we all left the field. So
the running game was outstanding, well over 300 yards rushing. Well, O'Brien had 245, and McNeil 40-yard run, and Gab McLaren over 80 yards. And you talk about the offensive line. What else about that O-line and the running backs made that successful?
We really just we tried to figure it out early. We came out, and we weren't as quick and as ready as we should have been, and then we really picked it up going towards the end, and everything just meshed together real well.
What are some of the things you're working on here this week as a tight end for Atlantic to get ready for Clarke?
I want to catch more balls, but it really depends how much passing we do. Yeah. If we're able to, we're just going to run the ball until we can't run. But if they can stop the run game, then I'll be out there somewhere trying to catch a ball.
We're looking forward to that. And really, Hayes, Tristan had a couple of completions, only threw it 3 times, but on the mark twice there to Goodrich and again to Hansen coming back. We'll see you catch a ball. I remember a year ago against Clarke, you had a big catch, and you remember that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, of course. So Coach Molnex was up in the box that game, and I guess he is every game. And he told Coach Rummer about this, what their defense was doing and how there was some space opened up in the middle of the field, and he was just going to send me on a route. Well, once we had gotten back from halftime, I had gone out for a cramp quite a few times. So I was in and out. I was cramping. And then I finally go in, and they called the play, and we ran it out. And I kind of turned around, and I caught it. And then as I'm running, I'm getting 15 yards away, I'd say, and I can kind of hear the guy coming, and I can feel the cramp in my calf. And so I got close enough, and I thought he was going to get me, so I dove straight in.
You got a big catch and put up 47 last year against Clarke as well. What do you expect from the Indians here tonight?
Well, if I'm going to be honest, we don't really know anything. We don't know what they're going to do. The new offensive coordinator, I believe, new head coach, I think even a new defense, their entire O-line is gone. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting to know as a defensive end. And I'm sure the other guys are excited for that too, just so we know that it's new talent coming in and they're not as experienced as those other guys. But besides that, I mean, we have to go based off what they're going to do last year or what we think they're going to do.
You know, and you're talking about Jack Cooley last year, the quarterback threw for over 2,000 yards. They do have a new quarterback, a new running back. So knowing the unknown, how's the team preparing for that?
Well, we're just trying to guess what the new head coach coming in, what he's going to do, and where we think they're going to line up. I mean, it really is just a game of guessing. We're trying to put in as many things as we can to be prepared for anything that they can come out with. And at the same time, we're also prepping for Glenwood because we know what they're going to run. Mm-hmm. But with Clarke, we have no idea right now.
How much fun was it last Friday night?
Oh, my gosh, it was great. Just getting out there and just winning, because we had seen a couple times that a lot of people thought we were going to lose, and it's definitely not easy knowing that. It gets you fired up, and so just getting out there and giving it to them was great. So much fun.
Very good. Well, Xavier, best of luck tonight, and we hope you see a catch one out there and go, I think it was 70 yards or so for a touchdown, and got to the end zone despite having that cramp that night. So best of luck tonight.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, we're joined by Evan Sorensen, the senior for Atlantic defensive end. And Evan, thanks for joining us from the Senior Spotlight. Let's look back on last week and talk about the game. Talk about playing defense against Jefferson, and what do you think was kind of key success for you guys?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for having me. It was a great game. The energy all around I feel like that was the main factor. Once you get the ball rolling, it's always awesome to keep it rolling, and everybody got where they needed to be. And
talk about your position. You play defensive end. Talk about how things went for you.
Play defensive end and tackle occasionally. It was an okay game for me. I didn't get as many tackles as I wanted to, but overall it's what's best for the team. So I was setting my edge. I did my job to the best of my ability.
That's a great point, because sometimes the stats show this, but it's the stuff that goes on behind the scenes in a play that makes a difference. Turning the play in, putting pressure on the quarterback, whether you get to him or not. Yeah. And you certainly were right there in that backfield all night long. What have you been working on this week?
We're just getting ready for Clarke. We don't really know what they're going to do. It's first week, so just preparing for the unpreparable, I guess. Just getting better. That's the plan.
I think that's a good way to put it. New head coach, a lot of new people in their lineup, new quarterback, new running backs, all new linemen on the offensive end as well. So when you prepare for what you're not sure you're preparing for, then what was the focus this week then?
So far, it's fixing mistakes we made in the first game. So tackling, we need to fly to the ball, fix our stances, a bunch of just little stuff. It can be fixed. It's all fixable.
As far as you're concerned, from your position, what are some of the things that you are working on individually here at the defensive end spot?
I need to work on my pass rush. I need to work on attacking half a man. I'm not perfect. I need to use my hands more, be more violent with them.
You are a senior now, Evan, and what about your role as a leader? How do you lead these young players?
Yeah, it's a melancholy feeling. It's my last year. Sometimes I'm sitting there at practice. I'm like, oh, wow, this is one of my last. So for me, it's tough love. You gotta be tough when you gotta be tough, and you gotta be soft when you gotta be soft. So
you brought that up that your last year playing football here in Atlantic, and talk about, you got to take advantage of every Friday night because it goes fast, Evan, believe me.
Yeah.
So how do you approach every game?
You got to be ready. Personally, music, prayer before game, that's solid. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to be violent. You got to be ready to be physical.
This week, you had a change of practice because of the heat. You practiced in the morning. Did you feel like you were as productive as normal? Or?
As a team, I think there's mixed feelings on that. Personally, for me, I felt it was a great practice. I loved it. I'm a morning person, so I like getting up bright and early and getting out there. It feels nice to...
It was a lot cooler, too.
Yeah.
Well, Evan, thank you very much for best of luck.
Awesome. Thank you, Tom.
You bet. Big thanks to Evan Sorensen for joining us. Jared Hansen and Xavier Darrell, 3 seniors on this Atlantic football team. A 48-30 win over Jefferson last week and hosting at Clarke tonight. We'll continue our pregame coverage. Coming up next is the Partner Insurance Coaches Show. We'll hear from Atlantic head coach Joe Brummer and Clarke head coach Justin Clutter, all coming up next.
Are you great with paperwork and have a grasp of real estate code and law? Does your schedule allow you to show a home at almost any time? Do you have a list of clients who are looking for a home? How about first-hand knowledge of properties in the market? No? Well, you're in luck because a realtor does. This is Melissa Enan with Meyer & Gross Real Estate, and having a realtor takes care of all those things and much more. It's what we do, it's who we are. Give us a call. We're here to help. Meyer & Gross Real Estate. Strength of teamwork, the reputation for results.
When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. Add fantastic food, beverages, plus BP superior fuels, and you have Olson's BP in Atlantic. From sunup to sundown, we're the keep-you-going store. From our loaded breakfast burritos and Bunker Dunker donuts to our delicious Champs chicken and pizza to go, we have the food you crave. Don't forget the cold beer in the beer cave. Stop in and fill her up. There's always something you need at Olson's BP, the keep-you-going store, 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
With the many different types of insurance policies and all the different options, knowing what insurance policy will work best for you or your business can be confusing. At Partners Insurance, we know the best coverage is the one that fits your needs, your goals, your tolerance for risk, and of course your resources. Our agents are committed to helping your family or business navigate the often confusing world of insurance. For help navigating through your insurance options, contact Shannon at Partners Insurance today at 712-243-4392.
Is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Welcome back to the Partners Insurance Coaches Show with Atlantic head coach Joe Brummer. It's week 2 for Atlantic, but really week 1 when you look at games across the state of Iowa. The Trojans coming off a 48-30 win over Council Bluffs Jefferson 1 week ago, and a very well-played game for the Trojans. And Coach, I know we touched on Saturday morning and after the game, and really a great start to the season. And you had a chance to evaluate the team somewhat. And what did you learn, I guess, from this group after you looked at film of that 48-point game on last Friday night?
Yeah, we kind of talked about at the end of the game, it's never as good as you feel, it's never as bad type of thing. That we always check out the film afterwards. That we had some stuff to clean up. The kids did a really good job of, for the most part, we were pretty sound, we were pretty solid in our assignments. But we just had some things that we can adjust and do better. When, the time comes that we had some plays that could have been bigger plays. We had a toss play that, we had a little fumble on with ball security. We had a couple counters where we cut the ball up inside and we got 6 to 7 yards. But if we hit the hole where it was designed to go, it's 15 to 20, if not a touchdown. So just some small things just like that. And then, I was talking to the kids that we're not criticizing on Mondays. Like, we did a good job. We're just critiquing. Yes. That the kids have really bought in and done a good job with understanding that, we're in your best interest. We're kind of nitpicking because we're fortunate enough that we're kind of in the spot of we got a game underneath our belt to be able to nitpick and shore up some things so that way we're good to go for the rest of the week.
Tyson O'Brien, 245 yards rushing and 25 carries. Gab McLaren had 80 rushing yards as well. We see those guys, they're visible, and they did a tremendous job. O'Brien, a great cutback, running back. McLaren, he can do both, and you've got speed. So you mentioned it, Ethan McNeil's got a lot of speed. He got that touchdown. But there are a lot of things that go on, besides the stats on the sheet that make for a successful play, and your offensive lineman certainly had a great game as well. Talk about the O-line and what did you think of their performance?
Yeah, no, I thought I played really well up front, with, pulling guards there, Caden Crawl, Donovan Hedrington, we did a really good job getting out in space. Our tackles did a really good job of getting on linebackers, getting to that second level with Jack Muller and Reed Woodyard. And then Traven getting everybody on the same page at center, that he does a really good job. of understanding what we're looking for as far as blocking scheme. Hey, what's the front, this and that, those guys played really well. We got some younger guys in there. Cale Cameron got some plays for us late that when we put him in there, we didn't miss a beat. That Cale did a phenomenal job. That we'll hopefully see more of him, though, if we got to rotate some guys or keep guys fresh. And he's always compete for a starting role there. It's good to have that depth, that when those guys got in, we didn't miss a beat, that Cale did a great job for us at another guard spot. So overall, we were getting on blocks, we were getting downfield, and really staying locked on blocks. It's one thing to make contact. It's another thing to keep your feet, run your feet, and then make big plays.
Defensively, you held the Yellow Jackets to under 100 yards rushing, which is big. I mean, you knew they wanted to throw the ball. They had some success doing that, no doubt about it. But you played a big team, and your guys on the defensive end really handled the line of scrimmage pretty well. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, just being in Atlantic, we're going to be undersized. It's just kind of the nature of the beast, the fight, the dog that matters most. That, our kids are going to be pound for pound, slightly undersized. But we have some big kids, we have athletic kids that can move. With Reed Woodyard rotating in at a little bit of D tackle for us, Sonny did a phenomenal job in there. Sonny's a big man, which is kind of the anomaly for us. Evan's slightly a little bit shorter, undersized-wise, but they use their hands well. So for pound, we're going to give stuff up. But skill-wise, I think the guys have done a really good job in working hard on their hands. And, in our movement, Carter Whitsman's put on about 15, 20 pounds for us, that he looks really good at the end compared to a year ago. So overall, it's great to see those guys working hard, but, it's just kind of the mindset of that we're going to be smaller, but it doesn't necessarily matter.
The guys, linebacker, the Wales boys, and Carter Hadley, just a sophomore. He had 5.5 tackles, 4 solos. It seemed like his name was called out quite a bit. So it's really nice to have a newcomer like Hadley and others. Grant Petty, a couple of tackles. Rudy had 2.5, came in the game. Terrell with 4. Shelton Malia had a stop as well. It goes on and on. Talk about your defensive people in the backfield.
Yeah, our secondary is young, especially with Kennick Jewell being out. Kennick's that senior, that leadership role, the only guy that played last year. Significant minutes besides Shelton. Shelton played corner for us, but he had a bit of a bruise there late in the game that we had to pull him. That overall, with Hunter, with Carter, with Grant, with even Sawyer being a junior, they didn't get a ton of minutes last year. And a secondary that, being their first varsity game, those guys performed fairly well. TJ threw a lot of things at us. They have a very experienced wide receiver core from a year ago coming back. So that was a good opening game to kind of get their eyes open to what the speed of a varsity game looks like and what a good skill group is. So overall, we had some mistakes in the secondary that are basically growing pains of we're young, we're a little inexperienced, but the athleticism that those guys have, I can't really teach, with Shelton and Grant being 6'2" and 6'3". We can't really teach, those guys being able to grow, develop, and run. That we're very fortunate that they have some good gifts that we want to get the best guys on the field, no matter their age. And overall, I thought they performed really well. Like you said, Carter Hadley was flying around out there when we kind of put him back in the middle of the field. And it's weird how it correlates where you do multi-sports like wrestling and football, that those things go hand in hand, and he had a really good game. So it was good to see Carter really get into his own, and overall, I thought we played really well.
What's the focus this week?
It's on us. It's about getting back to the basics, getting back to the fundamentals, that we are lucky enough that we saw a game underneath our belt against, someone that's not ourselves. So it's getting back and refining those things that we need to work on the most. Getting back to the basics, getting back to a couple things that we didn't do quite so well, and focusing on those so we can shore those things up moving forward. So it's a lot about on us, and then it always goes back to our big 3 that we talk about with rushing yards, turnovers, and then silly penalties. That we need to limit turnovers and silly penalties and make sure we get more rushing yards than the other team, and then good things tend to happen.
Clarke, under a new regime, head coach coming up from South Georgia, taking over as the head coach, and Justin Clutter. So how do you prepare for the Indians here?
Yeah, it's kind of a big unknown. You don't know personnel-wise what they're going to have. You guys based off of what they had last year. Overall, offensive, defensive schemes, you got to kind of prepare for everything, which then goes back to why we have to focus on ourselves and shore up what we need to do so that way we can prepare for everything. Overall, we found some stuff from his past coaching stints, some stuff on huddles, some stuff on max preps that we can base things off of. But, it's kind of a guess because it's week one, that they have a little bit of an advantage if they got to see our game, that they were there to watch it, write down some personnel, write down some play stuff. But overall, they're definitely going to have the advantage in that one, that they know what we're going to do, and we can only kind of predict and guess what they're going to try to do.
Very little penalties last week as well. I'm sure you want to build off on that as well. Kicking game went well. Did we see a punter? I don't think we did in that game, but Thompson did well.
Yeah, no. Hayden got 2 touchbacks for us, which was great. Kind of shows the work he's starting to put in. We do have a punter. We just didn't use Derek in the traditional punting sense of it all. We forced a punt the first drive for TJ, and then didn't get a return on it, which is fine that we didn't have any mistakes. And then, the kickoff team performed really well. We had a couple of good returns. Jared Hansen had a really good one with some help, some really good blocking downfield from everybody involved with all those guys that, that's a play where it's not just one guy, that's a collective group. That overall, I thought our special teams did really well. That's something that we were trying to work on, that third phase of the game to make sure we were better prepared, because it's something that we've struggled with in the past in the opening couple games. So overall, I thought the kids did a really good job of responding and making sure that our 3 phases of the game are ready to go.
Coach, anything else to add before this one?
No, I thought it was a great crowd. I hope we get another big crowd here with week one. The Trojan Bowl was hopping, and we hope to get a lot of people back this week.
Great weather as well here this evening. Coach Brummer, thank you very much. Always appreciate your time. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you, Tom.
You bet. Atlantic head coach Joe Brummer. Trojans 1-0 going into week number 1. We'll talk to Clarke head coach Justin Clutter coming up next on the Partners Insurance Coaches Show on 95.7 FM and live video stream on Western Iowa Today.com. Stay tuned. A lot more pregame coming up.
With the many different types of insurance policies and all the different options, knowing what insurance policy will work best for you or your business can be confusing. At Partners Insurance, we know the best coverage is the one that fits your needs, your goals, your tolerance for risk, and of course your resources. Our agents are committed to helping your family or business navigate the often confusing world of insurance. For help navigating through your insurance options, contact Shannon at Partners Insurance today at 712-243-4392.
Welcome back to the Partners Insurance Coaches Show, and we're joined by Clarke head coach Justin Clutter, new head coach for the Indians here in 2024. Coach, thank you for taking the time with us first year under the helm here, and tell us about yourself here, first of all, before we get into your team.
I actually am coming up from South Georgia, kind of made the 1,200-mile move up here this summer. I'm originally from Iowa, though, but have been coaching and teaching in the state of Georgia the last 17 years. So it's going to be a change to come back to the States, but I've made a couple of stops along the way. But I'm back here. Came back. Family's still living here, and just wanted to get back. Needed a change. Football in the South is a little bit different than it is in the Midwest, so it's just kind of my kids aren't getting any younger. Kind of felt like I just needed to take a step back a little bit from the grind of a 12-month football program and get back into being around, small town Iowa, which is something I grew up with.
Welcome back to Iowa, by the way. And, talk about this football team here in 2023. You've had several weeks now to, at least in practice, and I know off-season work is always a thing going on as well. But what do you think of this crew as we head into the week 1 of the season?
I'm excited about what we can do. It's been a little bit of a change, a new guy coming in. Change is always hard for everybody, but I think we had a good core group of kids that were in the weight room during the summer, and then we participated in some 7-on-7 tournaments and it's kind of little round robin scrimmages with 7-on-7 stuff, and then we did a padded camp at the very beginning of August. So that was give us a good look of kind of where we're at and what we had with personnel wise. It's really hard to see see what kids can do when they're just in shorts and t-shirts all summer, but that's something for me it takes a little bit getting used to being in Georgia. We had spring football like the college level, so we had 10 full padded practices and then a scrimmage, and then we could do 3 padded camps during the summer. So it was a little bit different, kind of a step back in that regards. You kind of really know what you had, and now it's kind of you have to wait and see until you actually put on the pads to see some of these kids and see how much they've improved, just on film anyway.
Coach,
from my perspective anyway, seeing them on film.
Coach, as far as you are concerned and new coming in, what do you expect from your players?
I expect them to play hard. We're going to be a little undersized compared to Atlantic. I've watched a lot of film on Atlantic from last year, and then we played them last year. Clarke played them last year, and then I know that they've played already once this year. So looked like that's one thing I'm worried about right now is a size advantage, but I think hopefully we can make up with that a little bit of heart and a little toughness, and that's kind of something we try to install in our kids. It's just being physically tough and mentally tough as well. And I think a lot of that comes from being in the weight room. So
Atlantic coming off a win on Friday night. I mean, when you've been able to see that game, or what impressed you the most about the Trojans then, besides the size?
I think the big thing, I mean, they really had a simplified game plan, which makes sense week one. They do what they do, which was, they want to line you up and create a mismatch on the outside and hit you with that toss sweep that kind of wore out TJ on Friday night numerous times. But I think we've got to put them in some third down situations and make them have to make some decisions that includes throwing the ball. I know they only did it 3 times on Friday, so that's kind of our game plan, and we want to definitely being on the road for the first time with a relatively young roster, really, that we have, at least experience-wise, that it's going to be a tough environment to play in. To me, growing up in Iowa, the Trojan Bowl was one of my favorite places to visit. I never got to play there as a player, but in college I had some buddies from around the area. They always talked about the Trojan Bowl, and I actually played baseball there on the baseball field there, but never a football game in the football field. But the Trojan Bowl is kind of a special place, and it was evident being over there on Friday watching the game. So,
Coach, who did you play for in high school? Where did you attend high school in Iowa?
I went to Clarion Goldfield High School.
Sure.
I think it's changed name a few times since then, but yeah, it's a little 2A program up in north central Iowa, just kind of halfway between Fort Dodge and Mason City, so right off of 35, about 20 miles or so.
Oh, very familiar with Clarion Goldfield. Looking at your returners, so you do bring back Ryan Deal, your quarterback, who was a starter last year. I mean, Jack Cooley had a great season, completing 61% of his passes, 18 touchdowns and 2,000 yards in the air. I mean, he was a good player. But Ryan Deal takes over, and he played some. He had, I think, 3 pass attempts, but he completed 2 of 3, so that's positive. But how much has this young man grown?
He's grown a lot physically and mentally. I think he's kind of grown up a little bit. He's about 6'1" now, which was probably 2 or 3 inches taller than he was last year. Just maturity-wise, he's got very good arm strength. He only got 3 pass attempts last year, which is kind of disappointing that he didn't get more reps, simply because there were some games that were blowouts. But that's neither here nor there. But experience-wise, he's relatively raw coming in. But he played a lot of JV last year, and then was a second string last year on the varsity. So he does have some football experience, just not a lot of Friday night experience.
When you look at your running back core, also somewhat new with a couple of guys here. What about your running backs? What can you say about them?
Yeah, what's kind of running something a little bit different offensively that with our running back, kind of like a trio of running backs that will probably get a majority of the carries. We kind of have a little dimension. They're not real big kids, but they have some speed about them. And the one thing I maybe a little worried about is they're going to have to play. Someone we have to play both ways, so that could be taxing, especially in August in Iowa. But I feel good about that group. That's definitely a positive for us on offense.
And talk about the guys up front.
Yes, that's all new starters from a year ago. I believe they started 5 seniors last year up front, and so we've got 5 new starters up front, including a tight end. So that makes 6. So I like what they do. Kind of taking a different philosophy than what maybe I've done in the past about getting vertical movement off the ball line of scrimmage. We want to move these kids sideways because we know our limitations. We're not big and we're not overly strong up front, but I think we can do some little things on some gap game scheme and just move some folks from left to right and just create a crease to get those running backs through and just move the sticks.
And that's Clarke head coach Justin Clutter joining us here on the pregame show as we're going to get to Perry Fief's Eyes of the Game, brought to you by Eye Associates. We're back right after this.
All the different options. Knowing what insurance policy will work best for you or your business can be confusing. At Partners Insurance, we know the best coverage is the one that fits your needs, your goals, your tolerance for risk, and of course your resources. Our agents are committed to helping your family or business navigate the often confusing world of insurance. For help navigating through your insurance options, contact Shannon at Partners Insurance today at 712-243-4392.
It's important to establish. Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergens, my associates. It's true. During a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robinson alongside Perry Fief, Kevin Ferguson, and Cody Weaver running our video stream powered by Dish to Net. Atlantic football team, as you can hear the crowd now entering the field. And here is Perry Fief with the keys to the game, brought to you by Eye Associates with offices in Atlantic and Audubon, and always far above your expectations, Perry.
All right, I'll hurry up. Fergie talked about it earlier in the show. We did really well on penalties, had very few, and we had no turnovers, which is great. And I think tonight would be a good night for us to try and, get a takeaway, because we didn't have one last week. So maybe a takeaway would kind of help, with the defense. My second one is we need to get some pretty good pressure on the quarterback. I don't know if he's going to throw much or not, but we need to get some pressure to help our young DBs out, because they're still trying to learn Coach Satoff's system because we got some young DBs. And my third one is the O-line needs to keep doing what they're practicing on, what they practice all fall during practice, which I noticed last week. Just keep doing it. They're getting down the field and getting on the second tier of blocking, which was really cool to see because they were blocking very well. So if they could keep that up, that'd be great.
Perry, thank you very much. Kevin, we'll get to you in a moment here. We're going to get to the starting lineups, and our national anthem is coming up here shortly. It's brought to you by Stein Seed. Stein has yield. Contact Darren Petty and Trey Brex, your local Stein representatives. Back right after these.
It's said that the eyes are the windows to your soul, but do you know that your eyes are a window into your health? Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Gergens, my associates. It's true. During a dilated eye exam, I'll be looking at your eyes for more than just their performance on the eye chart. I recommend that adults see their eye provider at least every 2 years. Need an appointment? Call Eye Associates at 243-7540. You'll clearly see the difference in how we care for our patients.
Hi everyone, this is Tanner from the Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It's free and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can sign you up in-store. Super easy and instant savings. You will still have the Fuel Saver savings on gas. We're the only store in town committed to giving you the cheapest gas. So when you choose the Atlantic Hy-Vee, you're not just shopping, you're experiencing service, quality, savings, and purpose. And as always, thank you for choosing Atlantic Hy-Vee.
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Atlantic, Tom Robinson alongside Perry Fief and Kevin Ferguson. Your starting lineups look like this. Atlantic offensively, Tristan Hayes, the quarterback, of 5'9", 145-pound senior. Running back, Tyson O'Brien, 6', 185 senior. And the fullback is Gavin McLaren, 6'2", 240 junior. Jared Hansen will be the split end at 5'9", 170-pound senior. Had a 39-yard catch a week ago. And Brock Goodrich at split end is 6'2", 205 junior. And Xavier Darrow at tight end is 6'2", 235 and a senior. At tackle, Reed Woodward, 6'3", 275 and a senior. And also Jack Muller, 6'1", 220 and a junior. The center is Trevin Hansen, a 5'10", 215 senior. And the guards are Caden Krall, 6', 185 senior. And Donovan Hedrington, a 5'10", 190 junior. On the Clarke defense, Uriah Fry, a 5'9", 150 sophomore. Linebacker Brock Nall, 6'1", 185 senior. And Alec Wright, a 5'11", 180 senior. Also at linebacker, William Santa Cruz, a 5'11", 160 junior. At the corners, Deegan Nice, 5'11", 160 senior, and Aze Hill Herrera, a cornerback at 5'8", 150 junior. The safeties, Tate Schreiber, 6', 180 junior, and Javier Munoz, a 5'10", 160 junior. And the defensive end, Easton Brokaw, 6'3", 190 junior, and also Ethan Danley, a 6'1", 200-pound sophomore. And your nose tackle, Isaias Hernandez Lopez, a 5'7", 160, and a sophomore. Well, coming up, we're going to have the opening kickoff, and we'll put that right in here with our next set of ads. ASI will bring you the opening kickoff. Don't miss the sound of opening kickoff. See audiologist Doug Leonard of ASI.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
The weather is changing. It's time for the leaves to change colors, hoodies, football, and crops to come out of the fields. The changing weather is a good time to remind you of your changing insurance needs. Hi, this is Lucas Mosier at Armor Insurance, and we will sit down and go over your current coverage so when you're out working in the fields, you feel confident that we have you covered from your fields to your house to your vehicles that you drive. Because at Armor Insurance, we're here to protect you. Armor Insurance with offices in Atlantic, Griswold, and Council Bluffs.
So you're having trouble hearing. Well, let me ask you, when was your last hearing test? Maybe back in grade school? You know, hearing loss is usually gradual. Maybe you miss a word or two in conversation, or maybe you struggle when talking on the phone. Sometimes you miss out while with your favorite people. You can get ahead of hearing loss. And if you're 50 or over, even if you're not having issues, it's a good time to have an evaluation. Get a baseline of where your hearing stands. Call today to hear more. ASI, with offices in Atlantic, Audubon, and Carroll.
Live from the Trojan. Take on the Clarke Indians on KS 95.7.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Here we go. Rafael Avalos will kick it away. Ethan McNeil is deep on the 10-yard line, along with Jared Hansen. He's on the near side, Ethan on the far side. Avalos steps into it, and we are underway. A high end-over-end kick, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. And Atlantic will have a first down at 10. What a leg there, huh?
I was watching him in pregame, and that dude can boot it if he wants to.
Let's go to Kevin Ferguson. Kevin, will get your piggyback on Perry's keys here before the first snap.
Well, I'm going to go right here, right now, is key and possibly, and that's to set the tone, Tom. Be physical, march that ball down, punch it in, and then come out and a quick stop and, really set the tone to this game that you're more physical and you're a better team.
Very good, Kevin. Thank you. Atlantic has it first down at 10th, their own 20-yard line on the touchback. Under center, Hayes, he'll take it, hand off to O'Brien right behind McLaren, and crashes into that left defensive line. He gets across the 22 to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, second down and 7. Good job by the left side for Clarke. They're undersized, but that doesn't mean a lot. They got a big heart, huh?
Yes, it's, I don't even know how to say it. They looks like they're fluffernutters, They're small and there's not very much to it, but, man, they got some spunk.
Second down and 7, a ball in the Trojan 23. A new look here. Hayes out of the shotgun, takes it, hand off to O'Brien. Big hole across the 25, 30, spins off a tackle, and he's buried by Nice at about the 33-yard line. A 10-yard gain for O'Brien, and a brown shoe fit first down. O'Brien a week ago ran for 245 yards, 9.4 yards per carry.
That's pretty good.
Atlantic rushed for 9.1 yards per carry on average.
That's pretty good for a 0 game.
So the Trojans have a first down at 10th, their own 33 after that 10-yard gain. O'Brien, 2 carries, 13 yards. And McLaren, the lone setback. Atlantic go to a spread offense. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Snap, give, the big fullback. McLaren puts his head down and scrambles forward across the 34 to the 35 for a gain of just a couple. If he would have kept his feet, he probably would have got 5 more, Perry.
Well, I think those guys watch film, and it's like, we're not tackling him high. We got to be like little chihuahuas and go after his ankles.
Second down at 8 for the Trojans. Just underway. 4th play of the drive as Atlantic shuffles the players in. Ethan McNeil will be in at running back now for Atlantic. Hansen wide right. Now back in the I formation with McLaren on the up back and a double tight end set. The snap, the pitch, the speedster, Ethan McNeil gets a block from McLaren, cuts outside 40, 45, 50. He's going to go 40, 30, 25, 20, down to the 10. Say goodbye, touchdown McNeil. Oh, man. 65 yards, and the fireworks go off for the Trojans on offense, and Kevin Ferguson called it, Fergie. What a run by McNeil.
It was fantastic. It's really fun to watch him get to the outside edge, and then he turns them jets on it. There's not a lot of people except for maybe Perry that could get caught up to that.
Well, with the stun gun. That's about it, because I ain't going to catch him.
Atlantic up 6-0. Thompson boots it through. We're back in a minute. Trojans up 7-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram, or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Video at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic. What a run by McNeil as he went 65 yards for the touchdown. And here's the kickoff by the Trojans. Hayden Thompson, a line drive. That one's deep, and that one's going to bounce into the end zone. Touchback for Clarke, Perry.
That's 3rd time this year that our kicker kicked it in the end zone. So I want to go back to that last play. Yeah, we saw Haas make a block, but we had either the guard 56 Caden crawl or it was Donovan
Hedrington, yeah.
Man, they made one heck of a block. It was a really good block.
So Clarke will come out their first possession. 10 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. Atlanta did not waste any time. 2 minutes, and they went, 5 plays to get in the end zone. They started that drive on the 20, an 80-yard drive for Atlantic. And McNeil with that big run that capped off that 80-yard drive right out of the gate. Clarke comes out with Nice wide left. First down and 10. Deal the quarterback. He threw 3 passes a year ago. Yeah, heir apparent to Jack Cooley, who had a big year. There's the throw incomplete. He wanted Nally. And it's a 2nd and 10, a slant pattern that didn't go anywhere. So Nall was the intended target, 2nd down and 10. And it was interesting how Atlantic set up that offense. They had the spread. They ran O'Brien for a couple of carries and 13 yards. Then they go back to the eye with a speed demon, and he scored, 65-yarder.
They just try and bring you inside, and then they go outside.
Deegan Nice wide right for Deal, the quarterback, on a 2nd down and 10 from the Clarke 20-yard line. Deal out of the gun, takes a snap. Hands off to Uriah, and he is hit and dropped.
It looked like face mask. I see a flag come flying in. So maybe by the shoulder pad. I don't know.
Could be. Uriah Fry, the ball carrier, lost a couple of yards of the play. 3rd down and 12, pending the personal foul and
shoulder pad. And sometimes you can't help because you got them big bear paws and you're just out reaching for something and you grab what you can grab.
Well, we talked about penalties, Fergie, on that other end, and there's one for Atlantic out of the gate that gives the Clarke Indians a 1st down and 10 up to the 34-yard line, 33.5, about the 34.
Yeah.
9:51 to go here in this first quarter. Your scores brought to you by the Seed Pros. And the Clarke Indians have a 1st down and 10 thanks to a penalty. Seed Pros are by your side to maximize yields. From the word go, contact John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Gary Dinkler, Nick Knutson for all your Pioneer seed needs. Play action. Pass and he's complete. And he's hit and dropped by Grant Petty, the sophomore corner on that right side. A pickup of 4. And it'll bring up his 2nd down and 6. Just a little quick spot pass to Nice to wide out on the left side. They get 4.
I've seen Coach Satov was blitzing a linebacker, too.
We may see more of that.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
2nd down and 6, 9:18 to go first quarter. Atlantic up 7-0 on the Seed Pros. 2 receivers wide. They've got a wing back, Nally, on the left side. Deal takes a snap. He's going to lob one deep, and Kenny Jewell on the coverage knocks it away. Great job by Kennick Jewell. Welcome back, Kennick Jewell, who missed last week because of an injury. The pass intended for Brock Nall, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6, Perry.
Yeah, I don't think that would have been intercepted if he didn't have that club on his hand. I mean, it's not a weapon, it's a playing cast. I wore one in college, but it's a weapon.
Kennick Jewell, a first-team All-District defensive back as a junior last year, and missed last game because of the injury. He's back going at it and had a good coverage step for step with Nall. He knocked it away. 3rd and 6, all the 38 of Clarke. Deal. Long count. Atlantic does not flinch in motion right.
Well, they did.
They did. Yeah, the right guard. He didn't. He couldn't wait.
Nope.
Darren Martinez, he got tired of waiting and he flinched. So that's a 5-yarder against the Indians, and that'll take him back from the 38-yard line down to 33. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for Clarke. Atlantic up 7-0. They had 4 plays, 80 yards. The big run, a 65-yarder by Ethan McNeil. And he was untouched on an edge play around the left side. Here come the Indians. 3rd and 11, 9 minutes to go. Here, first quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Right is the wing back right side, double split in left. His pass is intercepted by Petty at the 40, 35, 30. Petty breaks the tackle, and he's run out of bounds by Nall inside the 25, down the 23-yard line, and the first takeaway. You talked about it in your keys, and there it is, Barry.
No, I should talk to the team more often or something.
Good call. Petty with the interception. Let's go to Kevin Ferguson. How about that play?
Well, that was a great interception, great coverage, and some pressure. And that's what happens. You don't have time to loft it or get that ball thrown the way you did. It was a great read and a good jump on that ball and that coverage.
Grant Petty, the sophomore corner, with the interception. The ball on the 23 of Clarke. Atlantic has a first down and 10. The ball on the far hash mark, under 9 to go in the first quarter. Trojans have a 7-0 advantage on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Under center, Hayes. Hand off the tailback, and it's Tyson O'Brien across the 15 is spinning to about the 11-yard line.
Who was that tackled him, Tommy?
A gain of 12 yards in the play.
Number 8.
It's going to be a first down and 10 as Brandon Wagner, for Clarke, Javier Munoz made the stop.
I think he's a wrestler. It was a double-A thing.
Yeah. The Trojans have it a first and 10 inside the Brown shoe-fit red zone. Trojans threatening again here early in the ball game. 8.5 to go, first quarter. Here's Hayes under center, high backfield. The handoff to the big guy, McLaren. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Trojans. There's a flag at the 3, 2 of them.
Yeah.
Four eyes
I
on
think they're
that
going to
one.
get him for taunting.
Yep, I think so too. He stuck the ball out to the D-back.
So 13-0 Atlantic. As McLaren was untouched. Again, that left side of the line.
Oh, holding.
Fief. Holding is a call, not taunting.
Well, good, because it looked taunting to me. But
So
I got to quit calling.
Negate the touchdown. McLaren wide open hole off that left side. 8:21 to go here in the game, first quarter. It'll be first and 15 Atlantic. The ball just inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Back to the I formation with Hayes the quarterback and McLaren the up back. O'Brien is your tailback. 7-0 Trojans. Snap, give to McLaren. He gets around the left side, puts a stiff arm out. 5, touchdown Trojans. Another flag. My goodness, we had no flags to speak of last week, and now all of a sudden we've got flags everywhere. And another holding call against Atlantic. This one at about the 6-yard line. It really wasn't needed because McLaren was going to waltz in easily. They're going to march it back 10 yards from the 6-yard line. They'll take it back to 16. 8:16 to go first quarter.
I might have jinxed him on the penalty part, though, huh?
Barry, that's exactly what I was thinking because I never mentioned it.
You did pregame, or you did. I went off your piggyback, Fergalicious.
Different set of officials. Here's Hayes under center. Well, first and 15. He's going to throw it. Fires wide open. Hanson. Touchdown, Trojans. Oh, man. Hanson with the TD catch. A 16-yarder, and now the Trojans up 13-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Let's go to Kevin Ferguson on that one.
Yeah, that Osceola. Clarke coach is not going to be happy with that defensive coverage because nobody was in that left side giving him any coverage. He had 15 yards before anybody was covering. All you have to do is get the ball up and catch it.
Hanson on the catch for Atlantic. Hayes with the throw, and Thompson kicks it through. Atlantic up 14-0. Back in a minute.
Get to the Super Bowl in Atlantic for a great night of entertainment. League teams are forming now. If you don't have a team and still want to compete, you can sign up and Dan will find a team for you. Stop by or call 712-243-4656. And the Super Bowl is not just for leagues. It's a fantastic place for parties. And as always, Glow Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights.
At Seed Pros, our mission is to be your business partner every day of every season.
Pioneer Hybrid International was founded in Iowa back in 1926 and is still American today. Not many other seed providers can make that claim.
We partner with you to continually push the limits by combining elite seed genetics, local infield knowledge, along with customer service second to none.
We are with you from the word go. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, Nick Knutson, or John Becker to partner with a team that puts your business needs first.
Your home for Atlantic Trojan football on KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Thompson goes deep, and it's picked up by Uriah at the 40, 45, and he's bumped out of bounds just shy of midfield. We'll see where they mark it. I think he got across midfield.
I was going to say, that's a short kick and a good run.
Uriah Fry on the return, and Trojans had a little bit of difficulty defending the kickoff a week ago, and that gives the Indians a good field position to start their second drive. Atlantic up 14-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. A 65-yard TD run by McNeil And Hansen catching a 16-yard pass from Tristan Hayes. Hayes' first touchdown pass this season. Now 3 for 4 throwing the football for 70 yards on the year.
Hey, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
One of the other important things to talk about on that pass play is that's how important and how much respect this run game has, because they weren't as worried about the receiver as they were the runners.
They thought McClare was going to get it right, Fergie.
Yeah, they did.
Here's deal out of the gun.
Oh, he moved the ball.
In motion, and we've got illegal procedure against Clarke. And here's another thing, guys. Clarke playing in their first game.
Right.
So Atlantic has one under their belt. And you're going to see some of this and a lot of new players on Clarke's side of the football here this season as well.
And Coach did say they were very inexperienced.
Right.
And that means, typically means more troubles.
First down and 15 now for Clarke at their own 46. They've dug themselves into a hole here, down 14-0 early. Still 8:05 to play in the first quarter. The ball on their own 46. Ball for Hash. Deal the quarterback. Twins left. Now back in motion near side. Znall. Handoff goes to right on the reverse, and he's hit in the backfield and brought down.
Oh, no.
Good job by the Trojans. Carter Witzman, the right defensive end, wrestled him down like a calf.
Yeah,
Second down and long for Clarke. And Witzman getting his first start in his career. Nice job by Witzman. Sorensen did clean up, but Witzman gets credit for stopping that play. Second and 17 for Clarke. Football on their own 44 with 7:32 to go in the first quarter. Atlantic up 14-0. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Nice wide left. Knoll in the slot left. One man in the backfield with the quarterback deal out of the shotgun with a wing back right side. Now we've got a whistle and a flag for delay of game.
Yep. Well, first game jitters.
Yep, 5-yard penalty. Second down and 22 now as the Indians go the wrong way. They'll mark it back to the 39-yard line. Second down. We'll go back to that play, and defensive end Witzman, not only when you turn a play in, but you make the stop, or at least he really disrupted the play.
Right, and he stayed at home.
Right. Snap the deal. Give is to Uriah, and he is dropped. Fry hit by Sorensen in the backfield. Another loss for Clarke. They'll take it back to the 33-yard line. So Fry on the carry, and Sorensen made the stop, the defensive end. He talked about the pregame. If you heard those interviews, Evans said there's one thing he didn't get done last week and get to the quarterback, but he put a lot of pressure on the QB.
Right. And, I mean, you can just see there's a different size difference. I mean, Atlantic just looks thick and big, and, these guys, they're all new, and they're just not quite as big.
Third down and 26 for Clarke. Ball thrown 39. Deal to throw again. He fires, and it is caught at the 37 by Nice and wrestled down by Derek Wood, I believe. Or we'll check that.
46.
Oh, it's Wales.
Tackle made by number 46.
Tom,
Wales. Go ahead, Kevin.
In Sorensen's interview, he did talk about he was a little disappointed in how many tackles he had, and I understand that. But the other side you got to remember is he's not used to playing that weak side defensive end, and it's a huge position for us because, like we said last week, sometimes as they're switching around, we were a little vulnerable that last week, and it looks to me like they've really shored that up.
No doubt about it, Kevin. Atlantic forced to the Clarke to punt 4th and 23. The ball be snapped with their own 38. Avalos, we've watched him in the warm-ups, and he can boot the football. And we've got a timeout called by the Indians, so we'll take it with them. We're back in a minute. You're listening to High School Football on 95.7 FM and our live video stream powered by Nishtanet.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situations, and goals. Please contact me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521.
Snap, and there's the kick, and McNeil touched it, and Atlantic's got to pick it up, and they're going to lose the football. They finally get it back at the 24. That ball was a pinball, like a pinball machine, and finally McNeil had it. It hit McNeil, then another Trojan, then an Indian, and then it bounced forward, and McNeil able to pounce on his own mistake. Atlantic has it first down at 10 at their own 25-yard line. Avalos can kick the ball.
Right, and this is besides practice, this is the first time Atlanta got punted, So that's kind of new.
It's new to them. 5:27 to go in the first quarter. Your score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Atlantic up 14-0, have the ball on their own 25. 3 receivers left. They go back to the spread with McLaren the fullback, and the gun is Tristan Hayes, hand out of McLaren, big hole left side 30, stiff arms to 35, 40, 45 midfield, finally bumped out of bounds inside the 45. Big gain for McLaren. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 47.
There's a flag, though. We got a flag.
Another flag.
Flag on the play.
We've had a number of flags already by this crew. Holding again is the call.
But it's so far down the field. Well,
it's a 46. They'll take it back to the 36-yard line. So it'll still be a first down, I believe. But third holding call Atlantic here in the first 6 minutes of the game. Almost 7 minutes.
Perry, sometimes don't you think that's a problem with, how do I want to say this? Teaching your blockers to hold clear through till the whistle?
Could be. It could be, but I'm thinking they're getting down to second tier and they must be grabbing them. I don't know. I'm going to have to watch closer.
5:15 to go here in the first quarter of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Hayes, the quarterback, out of the gun, takes it, hands off to Tyson by another big hole, 40, spins off a tackle, 45, still rolling, gets to midfield and draws the pile all the way to the midfield stripe. A gain of 14 and a first down and 10 for Atlantic. A brown shoe fit, first down at the 50-yard line.
And that wall he just basically followed the wall down there.
That's going to be good enough for another Trojan first down.
Atlantic with the ball at midfield. Under 5 to play in the first quarter. And the Trojans up 14-0. Your score brought to you by the Seed Pros. They'll send 3 receivers left. Hanson wide left. Ritter is also in the slot left. Snap to Hayes to throw. Sets up in the pocket. Fires the bomb. Hanson wide open. Makes the catch. 10-5 touchdown. A 50-yard TD pass. Hanson with his second touchdown catch of the game. He has 2 catches, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Well, it's just showing from last week. Pound, 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 pound. And now this week we're kind of airing it out. So good job. Great protection by the offensive line. There was no pressure on Hayes whatsoever.
How about Hayes launching that one? I mean, he pulled and fired. He got Hayes wide open down the far sideline. They had double receivers going down the near boundary. Here's the kick after touchdown. Good. Atlantic up 21-0. Let's go to Kevin Ferguson. Kevin?
And that was quite a throw. I mean, great spiral, great timing, the whole works. And there again, run away from the defenders, and that's going to be really hard for Osceola to cover if with that speed difference, Tom.
21-0 Atlantic with the lead, and Hanson certainly has the speed. Fergie is on that state track team, and he has got open downfield. And I'll tell you what, Perry, talk about the offensive line because he's getting a lot of time.
Yeah, I was just saying, there was no pressure. He could just sit there and wait for him to get down the field, and then he just launched it. And of course, Hanson didn't break stride, and it just fell right in his hand. I mean, it was a perfect throw, perfect catch, perfect blocking. I mean, that's a pretty cool play.
So Atlantic will kick it away. They lead 21-0 here early with 4:31 to go in this first stanza, and Thompson will kick it away. Deep back, Uriah Fry on the far side and Neese on the near side. Deegan Neese. They stand on their own 19-yard line, and Hayden Thompson will kick it away. Thompson gets the signal. The ball spot on the 40, and the kick is away. A high end over end. Neese will run up on the 15, 20, 25, cuts left side. He's tripped up and dropped. A nice tackle by Colin Rudy.
Yeah, it was. He was going outside, but there's no way that was going to happen.
That Rudy, I'll tell you what, this guy can play. We'll see if he comes off. He comes off, but he played some defense last week, and he is just, he's an athlete. He's a competitor. Is that the crowd or is that Fergie?
That's Fergalicious.
First down and 10. Clarke on their own 22 as a blowout has begun. Atlantic up 21-0 with 4:27 to play here in this first stanza. Ball far hash, and the Clarke Indians come to the line of scrimmage. They'll send all wide to the right side. The quarterback is Deal with Uriah Fry in the backfield. Now wide right is Azel Herrera. Snap, handoff, big hole, and it closed in a hurry. Wales came in to make the stop on Uriah Fry. There's Joaquin, 46, and there's Jake, 43.
Well, that's 46.
20 Fry, the ball carrier.
Man, I believe it was Joaquin.
On the play.
Second out of 10. Joaquin Wales made the.
By number 65, Mitchell.
And they're saying Mitchell also made the stop.
I don't know.
Mitchell's a right tackle. Second down and 10 under 4 to play first quarter. Atlantic up 21-0. The Indians break huddle. The ball on the far hash mark from their own 22. Again, they spread it out with two receivers to the left. The wide out left is Herrera. Fry in the backfield. There's the snap. Here comes the rush. He's running for his life. Fires incomplete. Nobody home. That time the rush, and there was Witzman in there. Sorensen, he was breathing down his neck.
It was like, yeah. I mean,
and also Jake Wales, the linebacker, was blitzing. So Coach Satoff sitting in the kitchen sink that time, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that poor kid was running for his life.
Third down and 10 Indians. 3:34 to play first quarter. Your score brought you by the Seed Pros. Look at Big Sonny.
I mean,
Reed Flasick, the big guy, over 300-pounder. He played football for the first time a year ago and saw some action in varsity. Now earns a starting spot. Really a super kid.
I'm surprised he plays basketball.
He did, and he had good footwork. He'll dig in at that nose tackle spot on a 3rd and 10 for Clarke, and now we've got a timeout by the official on the far side. Not sure. Illegal delay of game. Thank you, Cody Weaver. Delay of game on Clarke. A 5-yard penalty takes him back inside the 20. They're going to mark the ball to the 17-yard line. Third down and 15. 3:34 to go. First quarter clock running. Atlantic up by 3 touchdowns. 21-0. Sorensen digs in that left defensive end, big old number 70. Here's Deal out of the shotgun. He's going to throw it. You can bet on that. Nope, he's going to hand off to you. The tailback, Noel, across the 25, breaks a couple of tackles and pounds his way up to about the 29.
Pretty good run.
Good run by Noel, a gain of 12. Third down and short now for Clarke. Nice run. Witzman made the stop for Atlantic, the right defensive end. So third down and 2 as Noel fought his way up to the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
3:22 to go. Clock stopped as Noel was bumped out of bounds. Ball on the far hash mark. The nose rests on the Indians' 30-yard line. Noel will line up as a wingback on the near side. Uriah Fry, the tailback, to the left of Deal, and 2 receivers left. Deal, long count again. Atlantic does not flinch, and then we got a timeout called by Coach Clutter.
Had to, man. I mean, dudes.
3:22 left. A second timeout called by the Indians. We'll take it with them. Back in 30 on 95.7 FM and live video stream at westerniowatoday.com.
If you own an RV or a sprayer, listen up. I have valuable advice. Don't procrastinate. Get your RV antifreeze from Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto now before you get busy with fall prep and harvest. Do it while the weather is good. It is available in gallons by the case and bulk 55-gallon drums. Come spring, you'll thank me and say, Amy Jo, that girl's got game. Atlantic and Audubon Ag and Auto, your local CarQuest retail store, your winterization destination. Fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Ag and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Live from the Trojan Bowl, your Atlantic Trojans take on the Clarke Indians on KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Back Atlantic up 21-0, and they hold Clarke. They have a 4th down and 2 from their own 30, and they're going to punt the football. Rafael Avalos will kick it away, just a sophomore. 5'10", 200-pounder. Might step back at about his 17.
I think he can punt it pretty well.
He is a good punter. There's a snap. This one's a little bit better. And he sends a high spiraling punt. McNeil backs away from it and is downed at the 43-yard line by Clarke. Atlantic has great field position. Uriah Fry got downfield on special teams and downed it at the Trojan 43, 1st down and 10. Let's go to Kevin Ferguson and get a take from Kevin. Fergie.
Well, I tell you, that defensive stand was really neat, and that almost sack force was what was really impressive with me, because the pressure come from the weak side with Sorensen, forcing that quarterback that's a right-handed quarterback to scramble to his left. Really hard for him to square his shoulders and get a good pass off. So very well done.
I backfield. Goodrich wide left. The fullback McLaren breaks the tackle. 45. Cuts outside 50, 45, 40. Down inside the 40, the 36. Oh, digging Nice.
Oh, that poor kid. That poor kid.
Nice 5'11", 160, giving up 85 pounds. He did what he had to do, go low, but he is going to go out of the game.
But McLaren smashed him like a pancake.
Oh, man.
Poor kid.
He's put his shoulder down, and I think that could be an issue for him.
Yeah, maybe rolled I mean, it just like.
Oh, McLaren's a moose.
Yeah, that's just like,
Ball at the 37. Goodrich wide right. They send Hanson with 2 touchdown catches left. Under center, Hayes. Hand off to Tyson O'Brien. He's got a seam, breaks through, and Wright grabs him and brings him down at about the 31. A gain of 6 in the play. Brings up a 2nd down for Atlantic. The clock at 2:28 to go here in this first quarter. They're going to mark the ball at the 31 of Clarke. 21-0 Trojans. 2 TD passes and a long run by McNeil.
What's really great is, all right, that last play, you got 6 yards and it's 2nd down and 4, so you got something to play with now. I mean, you don't have to come up with something special.
Good point. Hayes under center, I backfield. Pitch back goes to O'Brien. Gets a block. McLaren tries to get the edge, and he's hit and dropped for a loss. Back to 34. Nice job by that left side for Clarke. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down. And about 7 yards to go, so loss in the play.
The goof from Clarke that tackled him, he did perfect job. He wrapped up and lifted him up and threw him on the ground.
Good defensive play by the Indians. They made O'Brien go outside, and the corner on that left side cleaned up. Atlantic comes up on a 3rd and 7, I should say, on 34. Snap, Hayes, give, O'Brien, now he's got a big hole across the 30. He may go 25-20, down to 15-10, hit and bear hugged out of bounds.
Flag, that's going to be holding.
Another flag, back at the 36-yard line. My goodness. 4th time the coaching staff wanted to get an explanation and
wanted a number.
Why so many? And the official was going like this, showing him why, but big run by O'Brien. They're going to mark it back. Holding against Atlantic.
Whatever you do is when you get called for holding, you run the official. Don't tell them the number. Don't tell them my number. Because I'm going to pay for it in practice.
1:19 to go in the first quarter of the State Pro scoreboard. And Atlantic up 21-0, but they have been hampered by, 4 holding calls. Here in this first quarter, they still lead by 3 touchdowns. Hanson wide left. Almost to the boundary. 2 receivers right. Snap back to Hayes. Hand off to O'Brien. Hayes keeps the ball. Rolling left across the 45-40. Cuts outside 35-30. He's inside the 30-25, and he's bumped out of bounds. And another flag is thrown.
But I think it's like maybe, I'm going to say late.
He almost got the first down. He lacks about a half a yard. He got inside the 30 to about the 28. You need to get to the 27 for 1st down and 10. We'll see what this is all about.
personal foul against,
It's against Clarke this time.
Well,
did they call late hit because two Clarke players collided?
Did you see that?
It wasn't a late hit.
Out of bounds even. But, well, maybe they're just saying just in case.
Half the distance to the goal. The Browns shoot fit first down for Atlantic. They'll take it inside the Armor Insurance red zone. They'll mark it down at the 8-13-yard line. Armor Insurance, make sure your protection never breaks down. Call Armor Insurance at 243-1951. First down at 10 Atlantic in the Armor Insurance red zone, the 13. Hayes again, wide left, almost to the boundary. They'll send Goodrich slot right and Ritter wide right.
That is one long shotgun.
Tyson O'Brien to the backfield. He'll get the call right at the gut across the 10. 5 dances inside the 5. Touchdown Trojans.
Wow, he ran like a rooster, just zigzagged and got free. Good. He read his blocks just perfect. That was a good blocking, good run. That was just a good play.
13-yard run for Tyson O'Brien, his third touchdown of the season. And Atlantic now up 28-0. Hayden Thompson's extra point coming up, 1:04 to play here in this first quarter. Boy, we're going to get to 35 points in a hurry. Extra point is good. Atlantic up 28-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard, back in 30 on 95.7 FM.
The weather is changing. It's time for the leaves to change colors, hoodies, football, and crops to come out of the fields. The changing weather is a good time to remind you of your changing insurance needs. Hi, this is Lucas Mosier at Armor Insurance, and we will sit down and go over your current coverage so when you're out working in the fields, you feel confident that we have you covered from your fields to your house to your vehicles that you drive. Because at Armor Insurance, we're here to protect you. Armor Insurance with offices in Atlantic, Griswold, and Council Bluffs.
Your home for Atlantic Trojan football on KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic, up 28-0 here in this first quarter. Let's go to Kevin Ferguson. Kevin?
Once again, an impressive drive, overcoming some adversity, but still playing as a team, very physical, downfield as well as on the line, Tom. And that's going to carry these Trojans a long way.
Yes, it is.
We'll see if Thompson can get it a long way. He has one touchback, and he kicks it away. A high end over end. It's going to be run down at about the 19-yard line and roll to the 20. Yeah, he didn't get in any hurry.
No.
He was able to make the pickup, and it's first down and 10 for the Indians, Perry.
All right, not to change the subject.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up with all these kids over here are wearing their safety vests? It makes me feel like I'm at work, and that's not a fun feeling. But what's the theme tonight?
I don't know, but by the way, speaking of that, I want to shout out to AMU last night. We had a power outage at my house and the neighbors, and to whoever the two gentlemen that came out were fantastic individuals, very friendly. I was out checking the breaker box because
I told you to.
You on my phone with my wife telling me what to do. I said, why didn't he call me? She said, I called him. I said, I already called him.
That's all right.
Anyway, those guys were great. Ball at the 21, first down at 10 Clarke. 28-0. Snap the deal. Here's Fry trying to find some room, and he's hit and dropped by a tandem of Trojans.
Fry, the ball carrier.
Second down and 10.
Barry, I think it's a tribute to the AMU linemen is why they're wearing those safety vests.
Well, then they should be FR. They wouldn't be wearing them if they were FR. They're heavier.
FR means what?
Flame retardant.
Oh, okay. Well, they might be.
I guarantee you they're not. They're
Flame
too expensive.
resistant?
They're too
Okay.
expensive.
Yeah, we didn't get the theme tonight. Maybe you can catch up on the theme. Second and 10, Clarke at their own 21. 26 seconds to go in the first quarter. All Atlantic 28-0. Deal in the gun. He'll take it. Hand off to Uriah Fry. He finds a little bit of a hole, and he skinnies through it to about the 22. Gain of a yard of the play. Third down and 9 for Clarke. Clock is going to run out here in the first quarter. Atlantic up by 4 touchdowns after one quarter. We're back in a minute on 95.7 FM.
When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. At Fantastic Food, Beverages, plus BP Superior. When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. At Fantastic Food, Beverages, plus BP Superior Fuels, and you have Olson's BP in Atlantic. From sunup to sundown, we're the keep you going store. From our loaded breakfast burritos and Bunker Dunker donuts to our delicious Champs chicken and pizza to go, we have the food you crave. Don't forget the cold beer in the beer cave. Stop in and fill her up. There's always something you need at Olson's BP, the keep you going store, 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Hello, I'm Elvis Hass with Elvis Hass State Farm, and we're more than just an insurance agency. We're part of the community, and we hope to soon be part of your family and helping you understand your coverages. We meet with people just like you every day to help prepare them for what life throws at them, covering your auto, home, farm, business, life, and financial services. We help walk you through everything, and we're here for your support. Stop by our location at 1/2 west of the court. Check us out at Facebook or call 712-243-4824. Elvis Hass State Farm is there.
McNeil on 65-yard run that capped a 4-play 80-yard drive. Tristan Hayes to Jared Hanson, a 16-yard pass. And it was Tristan Hayes to Jared Hanson, a 50-yard strike. And Tyson O'Brien jotted in from 13 yards out. Those are your 4 touchdowns the first quarter.
Yeah, it's nice to see everybody's getting a little piece of the pie.
Yes.
You know, that's
Good
pretty
point.
cool.
Big shout out to Steve Anderson. Perry.
Yeah, we were talking about. I mean, miss you in the press box, buddy.
Steve. 28-0 Trojans. Indians have the football on their own 22-yard line. 3rd down and 9 for Clarke. It's been all Atlantic here in this first quarter. The Indians have been able to pick up, I believe, 1 first down, maybe 2 on a penalty. I believe they have 2 first downs in the first quarter. Neal, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Snap, handoff to Fry. He's in the backfield by Witzman. And Fry running across the 20, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, then pushes the pile to 24. Gain of 2. It's a 4th down and 8. Witzman got a hand on him in the backfield. And Witzman also was one of the gang on the tackle. So 4th down and 6 for Clarke, and Avalos is getting a sore leg here early. He's back to punt again.
That kid ran pretty hard. He ran through some tackles. He ran through Sorensen, had him, and so, I mean, that running back, he's a grinder.
So your Terrell will be a deep back for the Trojans. They'll line up about the 34-yard line. Jared Hanson, the other deep guy, had a big kickoff return last week from deep in his own territory to the 1. Avalos punt almost blocked, gets it away, a high wobbler. It hits down at the 45-40, down to the 36-yard line, and he'll come to rest just inside the Trojan 35, 1st down and 10. Start of the second quarter, Atlantic up big.
Yeah, that's not a bad punt. I mean, he had some pressure, and he still got it off, so good for him.
Well, you talk about McLaren, the size, but O'Brien, he's been in the weight room too.
It is, look, I mean, when I say thicker, I mean more, you can see they've gained muscle through the summer. It's totally different crew.
Here we go, 1st down and 10, Atlantic. The football on their own 35-yard line. Hayes under center back to the I backfield. Snap, give, hand, Tyson across the 40. Follows a block, gets to 45-50, breaks inside the 35-40, and he's wrestled out of bounds. He breaks the tackle, now he's tackled. Almost broke away from Munoz, but a big, now we got a flag late after the whistle. You know, O'Brien with a big carry. All the way down to the 37-yard line.
I don't know
Big
what
gain
this
of
flag
play.
was.
15-25. He picked up 28 of the play.
This is a little weird call, Perry.
I don't know what.
Well,
was
we
there a
have
little something after the tackle, maybe?
Sportsmanlike conduct against the Trojans.
Oh,
15-yard penalty. We'll take it back from the 30. 6 all the way back inside the 50, now the 48.
Could be a little jabber, John. You don't know. I mean, I didn't see no punches or nothing.
So they give O'Brien the credit for the run, but then the penalty on Atlantic. Ritter wide right, and Hansen goes wide left, eye backfield. 10:44 to go in the half. Atlantic up 28-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Hayes under center. Takes it, gives it. O'Brien works outside, gets to midfield, still rolling, hit and dropped by Knoll at about the 48. A gain of 4 for Tyson O'Brien. Again, pretty good defense by that right side.
Yeah.
They strung it out. O'Brien was bear hugged to the ground. Second down and 6, Trojans to the 48 of Clarke.
I mean, it's got to take a toll on these Clarke players because, again, I hate saying it, but we are just a bigger team, and when we land on you, and, I mean, you know, you're going to hurt.
And plus the Trojans 2 platooning as well. They have guys going one way.
Right.
Hansen flank left and Ritter wide right. Hayes under center with the eye backfield. Under 10 to go. Second and 6 with the 48 of the Indians. And off goes to Ethan McNeil across the 45 and gets to the 41. A first down and 10 for the Trojans. A brown shoe fit first down as he picked up about 12 yards in the play.
That's kind of sad when you think about it because he's ran the ball 3 times and that 8-yard run took his average down.
That's the first time he's ran up the middle. He's usually running outside.
9:40 to go in the first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard as the Indians hustle in Malad Ibrahim in that D backfield. Hayes pitches back to Ethan McNeil. He gets a block from McLaren across the 35, 30, 25, 20, and he's brought down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. A gain of 27, a first down and 10, and the Armor Insurance Red Zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance. 712-243-1951, and a brown shoe fit first down.
Okay, I just got to say this, and Fergie had to see it too. McLaren threw his block on one guy, pushed him completely out of the way. McLaren stayed in front of the runner and threw another block and got him another 10 yards. I mean, McLaren, he's just as fast as running backs.
4.640 is what they clocked him in the preseason. Ball at the 17 of Clarke. First and 10, Hayes under. Takes it, gives it. Nope, he play action. Now he's going to fire, call incomplete. They play action to the tailback, and then McNeil was the intended target, and he overshot him. It's going to be a second and 10 from the Clarke 17 with 9:05 to go in the half.
Might as well try some things that you've been practicing.
Exactly. Atlantic up 28-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Our audio stream brought to you by Greg Young Automotive. In Atlantic, they go the extra mile. Greg Young Automotive Group. Second down and 10, the ball to 17 of Clarke. Atlantic comes up on a second down with Hansen flanked right, double tight end set. Quarterback Hayes takes it, he'll pitch back to McNeil, cuts inside a block from McLaren, breaks the tackle down to the 10, and he's hit and dropped inside the 10 to about the 70-yard line.
Flag.
Another flag thrown, a gain of 10. We'll see if they keep it. A lot of flags in the first half.
Great footwork by McNeil.
Yeah, I know it.
That was. A lot of people went down after that, trying to shoestring tackle him.
So second down and 10, they're going to. Oh, the Indians had a defensive holding. That's a rare call.
Well, why they come our way? I think that was.
No, it's against
us.
The Trojans, yeah, not the Indians. They're going to mark it back across the 10. And they're going to mark the football at about the 18-yard line. Holding against Atlantic again. 8:55 to go here in the first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Second down, 11 for Atlantic. Hayes wide left. Under center, Tristan Hayes, eye backfield behind him. Atlantic up 28-0. Hayes under center, takes it, gives it, no play action. He's going to roll right, wants to throw lob, wide open. Ritter caught it, touchdown. Corbin Ritter on the receiving end. And Hansen with his third touchdown pass of the
game. We got a flag.
Another flag thrown back at the 14-yard line. It would have been an 18-yard touchdown pass. And we'll see what this is about. Ineligible receiver against Atlantic.
Huh?
Mark it back. Well, they did throw last week, so.
It's a good thing this is turf, because these guys would need extra strength tie for these flags if it was natural grass.
So an ineligible receiver downfield for Atlantic. Forget the touchdown, but what a great play. It was a play action. Hayes throws well on the run, and Ritter was wide open and made the grab and went to the end zone, and then the penalty. 2nd and 11 Atlantic on the 18 of the Indians. Hayes under center eye, backfield behind him. The big guy, McLaren, gets it. He puts his head down and spins across the 15, still going to the 5, and drags the pile inside the 5. They're going to mark his knee down at the 7. A pickup of 11 yards on the play.
I mean,
no flags.
It was more than 11.
A brown shoe fit first down for the Trojans. First down and goal from the 70-yard line of Clarke.
Trojan first down.
Trojans come up, 8:27 to go in the half, about ready to score again. They're up by 4 touchdowns. Pitching a shutout here in this first half, 28-0. Hayes takes it. McLaren, and he'll fire across the 1. Touchdown, Trojans.
Poor kid tried to stop him. That was not good.
6-yard run for McLaren. And Atlanta gets the score. At 8:14 to play here in the first half. And McLaren with his 5th touchdown of the season. He had 4 last week. And the extra point coming from Hayden Thompson. Snap, set, and it is through. Whoa, doink.
There's a flag.
Coach McFadden would say, the late Coach McFadden. Hit the upright.
Yeah, there's a flag, so who knows what that's about.
I think defense jumped early, maybe, because that one guy was stunting.
34-0 Atlantic, we know that for sure.
Yep.
These guys have, see what they've got here. Waiting for the official, the referee to give the signal. 8:14 the clock to go in the first half, and it's offsides against Clarke. Holding against Atlantic again.
Oh, my goodness.
So those will offset. And Fergie, it hit the upright. Did it go through?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did make it through the left upright.
So those penalties should offset, and
it's re-kick, right?
Thompson will re-kick it again, right, Perry? 8:14 on the clock.
Them officials must do aerobics because they're bending down a lot, picking up their flags. And they're having no problem.
They doing what?
Doing a lot of aerobics because they're bending down so much to pick up their flags.
Okay, offsetting penalties, and we'll see Thompson get to kick it again. We'll see if he doesn't doink this one, but he's been true. He's 4 for 4 on the night. 34-0 Atlantic, and the snap a high one, but he pulled down. The kick is up, and it is right down Broadway. 35-0. Trojans. Perry, your take on this first quarter and a half?
Well, the lane's looking great. It's just, man, I think I jinxed him with the penalty thing. Or these officials, like I said, forgot to go to aerobics this morning. They're making up for it tonight.
Fergie, how about you?
Well, all I can think of is, Perry, do you want to talk about Nebraska penalties tomorrow?
No. No.
8:14 to go in the first half of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Atlantic up 35-0. When we recap that first half, it was McNeil, an 80-yard run. Tristan Hayes to Jared Hansen, 16-yard pass. Hayes found Hansen again, 50 yards. O'Brien, a 13-yard run. McLaren, a 6-yard run. And Hayden Thompson, 7 for 7, kicking extra points. Atlantic up 35-0. Could be a quick second half.
So, but the 35-second clock doesn't start until the second half.
Right,
okay.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure.
Thompson will kick it away again for the Trojans. And the kickoff is away. Line drive, and is picked up by Fry, 15-20, and he's wrapped up and dropped inside the 20.
Number 9 with the return.
Great job by Brock Goodrich to get downfield to make the stop for Atlantic, a solo stop.
That's a very good open field tackle. Surprised they didn't throw a flag on that.
8:09 to go here in the first half. A lot of miles to go here in Atlantic, up 35-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Seed Pros, always with us each and every night. We appreciate them and the scoreboard all season long. Seed Pros by your side to maximize yield from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Nick Knudsen, and Gary Dinkla. Indians come up on a 1st and 10th, their own 18. Deal, the quarterback, takes it, sets up, now rolls right, wants to throw, gets rid of it, and is intercepted. Intercepted the far sideline, and the Trojans get the ball back at the 35.
Well, at least that was a good key, getting some turnovers.
Well, trying to catch the Petty had one of the interceptions.
25.
Yeah, that was, you bet. Corbin Ritter.
Steals pass intercepted.
Corbin Ritter with the INT for Atlantic. 7:30 to go. Atlantic up 35, goose egg. And they'll have it at the 35 of the Indians here with 7:24 to go. On the Seed Pro scoreboard, I backfield again. Hayes under center for Atlantic. For Hash. Play action. Hayes rolls right. Has a man. Fires. And wide open Ritter. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Trojans. Boy, the route continues.
Wow. Well, it's probably a whole new defense, all new kids. They're learning their system. They're young. I mean, but good for Atlantic. This is kind of helping them out, giving them some confidence.
Ritter with the reception, a 35-yarder. And what a night for Tristan Hayes. Hayes has touchdown passes to Hanson, and Ritter. Third touchdown pass. Thompson's extra point good. 7:07 left in the half. Atlantic up 42-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Back in a moment on WesternIowaToday.com.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
The weather is changing. It's time for the leaves to change colors, hoodies, football, and crops to come out of the fields. The changing weather is a good time to remind you of your changing insurance needs. Hi, this is Lucas Mosier at Armor Insurance, and we will sit down and go over your current coverage so when you're out working in the fields, you feel confident that we have you covered from your fields to your house to your vehicles that you drive. Because at Armor Insurance, we're here to protect you. Armor Insurance with offices in Atlantic, Griswold, and Council Bluffs.
Your Atlantic Trojans take on the Clarke Indians on KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Is a deep by Thompson, the 10. Fry to the 15, cuts to the right side inside the 25. He's down about the 22. And check that was Knoll on the return at the 21. First down and 10 for the Indians, down 42-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Just under 7 to play in the first half.
I mean, Atlantic's looking good. They're actually,
well, they're mixing it up, too.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're running, we're passing. Defense looks good as usual. The only thing that's hurting them right now is penalties.
6:57 to play in the first half. Atlantic up 42-0. Deal will check into the huddle for Clarke.
It looks like we got some of our starters already kind of resting right now, so that's good. We're getting some other young kids some playing time.
Glenwood next week. Ball for Hayes, twin receivers line up to the left side. Snap back to Deal, and the handoff goes to Fry, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped. Carter Witzman, the defensive end on the left side, made the tackle. Picked up a yard of the play, maybe. No, he lost.
He lost
a yard back to 20, second down and 11. Witzman having a good night.
Yeah, it looks like they got the interior, some of the guys there kind of switched out, but
6:07 to play here in this first half of the Seed Pros scoreboard. 42-0. Atlantic with the lead. Indians have it on a second down, 11th, their own 20. The ball on the far hash mark for the Indians. Two receivers right, left. Snap, rolling left, deal, trying to get into the open field, and he's in the backfield and dropped by Grant Petty, the quarterback on the near side.
Number 9, the ball carrier.
Blitzing in to make the stop back to the 10-yard line, and the corner, Grant Petty, would have made the stop.
Yep. Like I said, it looks like they're kind of playing some second teamers, even though the first teamer made the tackle. But our one good DB with the cast, with the weapon, he's not out there.
It's getting Jewel. And Petty looks like they're playing him strong side. He was on the right side. Now he's going to go left. 3rd down and 17. Clarke, 5:10 to go in the first half. Clock running. Ball in the 15 of the Indians. 5:15 left, second quarter. Deal the quarterback. 4:59 left, and now we've got a whistle and
timeout.
We've got a timeout for Clarke. 30-second break for us. We'll take it. You're listening to 95.7 FM.
It's windy.
No, Thursday.
Me too. I could go for a beer.
What did you say?
I said I could go for a beer.
It's not clear. I'd say, if anything, it's windy.
I think you're both hard of hearing.
Yeah, I think it's clearing.
Sometimes hearing loss can be pretty funny, but not if you're the butt of the joke. This is Doug Leonard, audiologist at ASI. If you find yourself in situations where everyone is laughing but you, it might be time to have your hearing checked, because living with hearing loss is no laughing matter. Call for an appointment. ASI, with offices in Atlantic, Audubon, and Carroll.
Your home for Atlantic Trojan football on KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic. 4:55 to go in the first half. Timeout called by Justin Clutter, head coach for Clarke, who was coaching at South Georgia for 17 years. Came back to be closer to family and wanted to get a break from that 12-month-a-year football in Georgia.
It sounds like that's year-round, man.
And he's back up here with the Indians. 3rd and 17, the snap is high, the pitch is knocked away, and it's smothered inside. In the end zone. Didn't let it get it. It would be a touchdown. And it's going to be a touchdown. Trojans have recovered the fumble in the end zone.
Number 9 isn't the starting quarterback, is he?
No, Deal is, but...
Yeah. So that poor kid, he got sent into the Wolves.
Not sure who got the fumble recovery. We'll have to check that.
Joaquin Wales.
Thank you, Fergie. Joaquin Wales gets credit for a touchdown. And Thompson again to kick the PAT. Atlantic up 48-0.
Thompson, he plays soccer, right?
Yes, he does.
So he's used to kicking. So that's good.
He's
not going to wear his leg out.
Atlantic up 48-0. Extra point coming up. And it is up, and it is no good. Missed that one. Score remains 48, Atlantic. Nothing for Clarke on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Joaquin Wales, the fumble recovery for the Trojans. At 4:45 to go here in the first half, a blowout here at the Trojan Bowl.
For us, yeah, that's nice. I mean, we haven't seen one of them for us for a long time.
Atlantic scored 48 last week against TJ to win, and they've got 48 points in the first half alone here against Clarke, a 2A team. Last year, Atlantic beat Clarke 47-33.
But that was a close game.
At Osceola's close to. Actually, Clarke was coming back in that game, Perry.
Remember, it was really hot.
Yeah, oh boy. Well, we were setting up, Cody and I, and it was Audubon up 32-12 over Cam. That's the second half.
You know what's nice is this weather right here. Remember, usually when the first 2-3 games of the year, it's like we're sitting in the pressure cooker like we're a big old pork roast. It's just so freaking hot. And now it's just nice and comfortable. I'm loving it.
4:45 left to go in the first half. Thompson will kick it off. Atlantic up 48-0 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And the kick is on its way to high end over end. Knoll at the 11-yard line, 15, 20, and he breaks the tackle to 21, and then he's wrestled down to 22. First down and 10, Clarke there. Do not have a first down here in the second quarter. 4:30 to go. Clock is running. We'll have a running clock in the second half. Jake Wales made the stop for Atlantic. Linebacker for the Trojans on special teams.
I'm liking this. Already seeing our two deeps out there playing.
Yeah,
that's going to give them some. That's good. Good for them. Give them some confidence.
See what Clarke runs here. First down and 10th, their own 22.
Oh, I definitely put that quarterback under center.
4 minutes left. They've had trouble running the ball. They've completed a couple of passes early, and Deal, the quarterback, is out. We'll apologize. We do not have a number 9 on our roster. This is Fry across the 20, dances to about the 25, and good hit by the Trojans.
Flag.
Flag on the play. Picked up about
as that
2.
Was, probably motion.
Yeah. You were right, Fergalicious. It was motion.
So it's going to be against the Indians.
I mean, the efficiency is kind of like out of reach right now. This kind of let them play a little bit.
3:44 to go. Ball at the 22 of Clarke. That's going to bring up a 1st and 15 of the 5-yard penalty. 3:39 to go. Clarke comes up. Ball on their own 17-yard line. Now the shotgun set. Twin receivers to the right side. One man in the backfield and a wing back left. In motion right. Handoff goes to Fry. Bounces across the 21 and he's brought down at the 23.
That poor kid's going to need an ice bath for sure tomorrow.
Excuse me, 17, I should say. Not much there. Gain of a couple. Second out and 13 for Clarke with 3 minutes left. In a blowout Atlantic. Trojans have 48-0. We're not into the half yet. And you're right, Perry. A lot of two-deepers in now. We'll try to pick them up as we go here.
Yeah, I can throw that starting lineup out the window here.
Yeah. Ismail Elba is the cornerback of the near side. Witzman's still in there. The right defensive tackle, Matthew Pollock. A couple of the guys there on the gun. 2nd and 15. Snap high. Here comes Witzman. Dude. On the run. And we've got a quarterback keep across the 50, 20, and knocked down at about the 17-yard line. The line of scrimmage is 3rd down and 10 with 2:20 left.
Tough quarterback, man. He's kind of getting banged up, and he's getting right back up.
Corbin Jepson made the stop, a 5'9 senior, 240-pounder, getting some time for Atlantic. Colin Rudy is in there. Number 5 there at linebacker. Rudy is a junior at 5'8", 160. He'll be hard to keep out of the lineup next season, no doubt about it. 2:04 to play, first half. Atlantic up 48-0. Shotgun set for the Indians. Back in motion, near side is Knoll. Handoff Fry in the backfield, and he is bear hugged and brought down to 15. Boy, I tell you, this second-team defense is doing the job as well.
Yeah.
They want to play.
They're foaming at the mouth when they see this.
Ball at the 19-yard line of the Indians. 3rd down and about 14 to go with 1:24 left. 4th down and 13. 1:20 left to go in the first half. Melissa Bolts will be our halftime guest coming up at halftime. We'll talk about the volleyball matchup last night.
Who'd they play?
Played Winterset.
Ooh.
They lost 3-1 to the Huskies. Always a tough team. Avalos will punt. Rafael back at his own 8. And the snap is a good one, and Avalos will get the punt away. A high spiraling punt caught and fair caught at the 45 of Atlantic. And in there was Xander Killian, just a freshman. Made the catch at the 45, 1st down and 10.
Dom, you're going to have a quarterback change. It looks like Grant Petty's going back.
All right, Fergie, thank you. Grant Petty of the quarterback. 46 seconds to go here in the first half.
We still got our first? No, we don't have a first-team offensive line out there.
Yeah, we've got
those are two deepers. No,
O'Brien's going to be a deep tailback, and Grant Petty will take the victory formation. They're going to let up on the gas here a little bit, up 48-0. Petty letting the time run down. They'll take a knee. And our halftime show coming up. And that'll be it here in the first half. Halftime brought to you by Aiken Building Center. When you want it done right, see the folks who do it best, Aiken Building Center. We're back with the first half wrap-up coming up next.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
As the seasons change, so should your footwear. Embrace the fall with new arrivals at Brown's Shoe Fit in downtown Atlantic. We've got a fantastic selection of boots, shoes, athletic wear, and Trojan apparel crafted to fit every demand. Plus, new styles arriving daily. For unparalleled comfort, variety, and the perfect fit, visit us at 502 Chestnut Street. Brown's Shoe Fit. Fitting feet for 110 years and counting.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. Or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Welcome back to Atlantic as this halftime brought to you by Aiken Building Center. And the Trojans up 48-0. And they got the fireworks going early as Ethan McNeil on the fourth play of the drive got some blocks and showed his speed and skirted down the left sideline for an 65-yard run that capped a four-play, 80-yard drive. Thompson kicked the extra point, and that made the score 7-0. Trojans got back on the board a couple minutes later. This time it was through the air when Tristan Hayes found Jared Hanson a 16-yard pass at the 8:12 mark to go in the first quarter. Extra point by Thompson, good, 14-0. And then with 4:31 to go in the first quarter, Hayes again with the arm. This time a 50-yard bomb to Jared Hanson. Extra point by Hayden Thompson, good, 21-0. And the Trojans capped off that 28-point first quarter with a Tyson O'Brien 13-yard run, his third touchdown of the season. And Gavin McLaren got in the scoring column for the Trojans, his fifth touchdown of the season. He scored from 6 yards out early second quarter. Thompson's extra point good, made it 35-0. And then Hayes went back to the air again, this time a 35-yard strike to Corbin Ritter. And the extra point by Thompson made it 42-0. And the final score came on a fumble in the end zone by Clarke. Joaquin Wells, a linebacker, just made the fumble recovery at the 4:45 mark, and that made it 48-0. Extra point was missed. And then the Trojans able to send in their reserves. They did a good job on defense as well, Perry.
Oh, most definitely. And I have a feeling they'll probably play a lot the second half, too. Most of the second half, because, it's just – we're outsizing them, and they're going both ways. Our guys are not. Our guys are staying fresh, and but it's great to see how we are doing it in the air and on the ground, so that's really cool.
Yeah, they're mixing it up, and we saw that opening drive. They went to spread right away. They went back to the eye, and they're kind of rotating back and forth, spreading out the defense and going back to that traditional I formation we saw last week. We saw all I formation last week.
Right.
And 3 pass plays, 2 for 3 in the air. And here tonight, Hayes having a game.
Oh, most definitely, and he's got to feel good about it. One incompletion, maybe?
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
He had that one where he just kind of threw it over or behind the kid, but other than that, he's doing great.
Atlantic up 48-0 over Clarke. Clarke in Class 2A. Atlantic a 3A team. They play Glenwood on the road next week. In week 3 for Atlantic, week 2 for everybody else across the state of Iowa. 48-0. Atlantic with a lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Seed Pros, they're by your side to maximize yields. From the word go, your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Ventiger, Nick Knutson, and Gary Denkla. Halftime, Atlantic High School Marching Band playing a nice tune here at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, is there? Did I hear right? I mean, there's a contest. Are they going to something tomorrow? Or?
It could be Clarinda. It might be a little early for that. I don't think it's Clarinda yet.
Okay.
That's a big marching band contest that Cody's been going to over the years.
And it's nice to see there's more kids out for band. The band's getting bigger, looks like, every year. So that's kind of cool.
Under the direction of Jared O'Donnell.
Yep.
Color guard directed by Kirsten Blake, and 48-0 here. Hey, our halftime guest is Alyssa Bolts. He's the head volleyball coach, a new head volleyball coach this season. Had a chance to catch up with Coach Bolts, and we'll hear from her right after these. You're listening to High School Football on 95.7 FM and our live video stream powered by NishNet.
From start to finish, let Aiken Design Center help you with your kitchen or bathroom ideas. For new designs or remodels, Aiken Design Center will work with you or your contractor to make your dream a reality. If you're not sure what you want, stop into our showroom so our custom designers can help you find what will suit your needs as well as your budget. The Aiken Design Center staff is committed to quality design while meeting your needs. Stop into Aiken today to find out how we can help.
At Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We've been dedicated to our communities for over 35 years. From real estate and ag loans to personal and commercial banking, we offer a full range of financial services tailored to meet your needs. We believe in giving back and being involved in the communities we serve. Stop into one of our 12 convenient locations or visit us at rollinghillsbank.com.
At 2nd Street Auto, it's our mission to get you back on the road fast. And it all starts with free local towing. Once you're back at the shop, we talk you through your car repair with a free and fair estimate. We do everything in-house so you know who's working on your car. Our Hercules tires come with free road hazard repair, free rotation for the life of the tires, and a free alignment check. And nobody can beat our transmission rebuild and repair experts. Brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, preventative maintenance, and service work make 2nd Street your first stop.
Welcome back to the Aiken Building Center halftime show. When you want it done right, see the folks who do it best, Aiken Building Center. Our halftime guest, Alyssa Bolts, head coach of the Atlantic volleyball team, played a winner set last night. Fell short to the Huskies, 3-1. Coach, but you got a good look at your team in a dual matchup with a very good squad as well, winner set. And you did get one from them. Tell us what you learned from your team.
Well, Tom, I found out we came out really strong with our attitude and our effort and our energy, which was exactly what I wanted from them. The games that, other than one, the other games that we had with winners that were really, really close, we were right there with them the whole game or the whole match, except for there was one game that we kind of slacked on, but we played really good volleyball. I think it was really good to see the girls working together and cheering each other up. There we had some lulls and some communication, but they were working hard and they didn't give up.
Let's talk about maybe some of the players here as well.
And the depth almost got us a little bit in trouble there, especially that first game when we were going back and forth. I actually ran out of subs. And so, because we have so much depth, I have kind of have each person playing either back row or front row. But we had Peyton Harder, huge for us in the middle, and she is continuing to just do major things in that as a middle blocker and a middle hitter. It was crazy. We have Kyla Wiederstein, and she's been big for us on the outside. And we had Olivia Olson and Peyton McLaren starting some in the right side, right front, and I had Jillian Satoff in the middle. Taylor Hagan was my back row libero for the middles, and she was doing great. She was passing well. Jillian was also another huge bonus for us in the middle, and I had Jersey Pippin starting the back row playing outside. JC Reed going in for front row for her. On the outside, and they were doing great. And we also had Zoe Kirchhoff, Peyton McLaren, and Kenzie Jensen all going in that right side. I could have them going in and out of setting or right front. So just everyone, a lot of people were getting some playing time, and so I think that's just the biggest thing is just kind of getting it all put together and seeing what the puzzle is still. I think we're still piecing together that.
Peyton Harder, 8 kills for the night. J.C. Reed had 4. Lila Wiederstein with 3 kills, and Morgan Bodis with a pair. Jillian Satoff, your sophomore, with a pair, and Claire Schroeder had a couple as well in the game on Thursday night. So between now and next week, talk about what you're wanting to see from your team here as you move forward.
Well, I definitely want to see our serve receive has been doing better. I think that we could have tweaked it a little bit and even made it a little better. So definitely working on some serve receive. Red Oaks are really they like to run quicks and run a lot of those quick plays. So we've been working on a lot of just kind of identifying where that hitter is coming from. And so we're ready on our side of the court. So we've been working on that a lot. We'll be working on that this weekend, closing our blocks and just going up and hammering the ball. That's one thing that I saw last night is when we missed a couple serves, but when we missed, we were missing aggressively and we were hitting aggressively. And those were some great things to see out of the first game.
Yeah, Coach, and big tournament coming up, STW tournament. Sorry, talk about this tournament. It's kind of a traditional tournament that you've been involved in with this program in the past. What do you expect to see here as far as competition?
Well, we're going to see some great teams. We're going to play Riverside. I think Denison used to be in this one, and they it looks like they're not going to be in this one this year. But we've got Cam, East Mills, Earlham, MVAOCOU. It's a lot of letters, but I can't say it though. But we were supposed to see them at our scrimmage, but unfortunately they had to back out, so we'll see them this week. And I'm not sure if I said East Mills and HSCW. They all bring an A game, and we've kind of played with Cam and East Mills and HSCW at our clinic this last week, so they'll be familiar faces, but it'll be some good competition.
Well, Earlham, I think, is also going to be there as well. Cam, Earlham, HSCW. It's a Maple Valley, Anthony, Charter Oak, Is that all those communities together? East Mills, and then Red Oak coming up on Tuesday night. Always a good matchup here, and that'll be at Red Oak. Talk about facing the Tigers.
Yeah, so just really preparing, like I said, just those quick plays that they play. Finding their hitters is going to be a huge thing, I think, and we're just bringing our A game and our defense, and both our defense and our offense is going to be needed to see on Tuesday.
Very good. Well, Coach, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Tom.
You bet. Alyssa Bolts, head coach of the Atlantic volleyball team. Halftime show brought to you by Aiken Building Center. When you want it done right, to see the folks who do it best, Aiken Building Center. We'll be back with more halftime and the second half kickoff coming up next. Welcome back to the Aiken Building Center.
Your home for Atlantic Trojan football on KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to the second half here at 95.7 FM. And they're honoring the first responders here, guys, and rightfully so. Police, sheriff deputies, and all first responders being recognized, and we appreciate them for sure, Perry.
Oh, most definitely. That's great when we have problems. They're there blocking the street so we can get to what we need to get to. I mean, and they're there taking care of us. It's pretty cool.
Sheriff McLaren down there with Police Chief Devin Hogue. And being honored here at halftime is the Trojans up 48-0. And it's going to be a running clock in the second half. It's a 35-point rule. As the Trojans, if they keep that spread, there'll be a running clock throughout the entire second half. And it's just Atlantic, of course, that one fumble recovery. But I know you mentioned it earlier, Perry, but they've really been able to mix it up offensively.
Most definitely, and it's good to see, because what we saw the week before is like, man, they're afraid to pass, but they can pass. I think what they're running so good last week, it just use it until it doesn't work anymore.
And I like the passing by Hayes. He's looking pretty good at that QB spot. We're at halftime. Atlantic up 48-0. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We're back getting close to second half kickoff on 95.7 FM and our live video stream at westerniowatoday.com.
First Windy Bank is the longest-standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
As the seasons change, so should your footwear. Embrace the fall with new arrivals at Brown's Shoe Fit in downtown Atlantic. We've got a fantastic selection of boots, shoes, athletic wear, and Trojan apparel crafted to fit every demand. Plus, new styles arriving daily. For unparalleled comfort, variety, and the perfect fit, visit us at 502 Chestnut Street. Brown's Shoe Fit. Fitting feet for 110 years and counting.
95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Live from the Trojan Bowl, your Atlantic Trojans take on the Clarke Indians on KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic. We get started for the second half as the Trojans up 48-0 here in this first half of play. It's been impressive. They've done it in the air, they've done it on the ground, and they have done it with a turnover in the end zone, a fumble recovery. The only negative, I guess you could say, is the penalties in that first half. A lot of holding calls, something we didn't see last week. But you've got a new set of officials. They may be calling things a little closer.
Yeah, you know, they might have a game going on. Whoever throws the most flags don't have to pay for gas on the way home. You never know. Everybody has a game during football season.
Yeah. Both teams are warming up. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half. Trojans have the opening kickoff. They'll kick it off to the Indians in their white hats, so white jerseys, maroon pants. Atlantic with their new yellow jerseys and white pants tonight and black helmets in those yellow jerseys, the first we've seen.
Yeah,
Atlantic is
a little different look.
Atlantic is playing their reserves here on the kickoff team. A lot of those backup players got a chance to play in the first half, and I think we mentioned it before, but we'll hit it again. Look at Evan Sorensen. He's got.
I'm going to say, look at now. This is about the same size as Clarke's kid.
So Trojans getting everybody in this game tonight, which is a positive.
Yes, it is.
They've got a big game with Glenwood next week on the road. We'll be there at 95.7 FM with our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com. Our audio stream brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. And our video stream powered by Nishnanet. We thank Scott Bennett for that. Kickoff coming up. And a new kicker, Trevor Ellison, will kick it away for Atlantic. And Trevor gets into it, a high end over end kick. Null will take it off the bounce at about the 19. Cuts to the left side, right side. Oh, he's hit and dropped to the 20. Corbin Ritter got down there, hit him first, and stopped him in his tracks. Yeah. And the cleanup. And
51.
The Trojans. Good job on the kicking team.
Oh, got hit kind of hard, knocked his pants off.
Fergie, I think you said 51 maybe got the tackle there.
Right.
That is Roland Hinman, just a sophomore,
Yeah, good hit, Roland.
He did a great job.
So it's going to be a first down and 10 Clarke, as we'll have a running clock here in the second half. As long as the score is a 35 differential. Double tight end set, right, and Null go wide right. And Deal is back at quarterback. Cohen Poor was the quarterback in that second quarter for Clarke.
It's a running clock. The officials are playing around. I think they're trying to get it. I mean, they had to stop it. The officials don't know what's going on.
The referee is walking towards the sideline.
Like, where's the football, dudes?
Maybe that's the problem.
There's not a ball out there.
We don't have a football.
I mean,
they lined up to snap it, and it was like whiffing it.
Which one do you want? The ball holder's like you got.
Now they don't have the right ball. They're going to go back and get the right football.
Peter Satov, we got to go get the right one.
Yeah, there he goes. He's found it.
There's one of them around here.
Now he's looking. That wasn't the right one, he says. Now he's he's taking hip pressure.
Pulling a Brady.
He's going all the way down to the. Now he's going to check the other football. Nope, that's not the one. Now he's going to look at the other football. That's not the one. Now did they have one?
Clarke just bring one football?
Evidently not. They had to go to this sideline. Good job, Pete Satov. He's got one in hand here.
This dad's going to make him do push-ups tonight.
It wasn't his fault. So we've got a ball out in the field to get this thing going. 11:07 to play in the third quarter, running clock. Clarke with the football, first down and 10, their own 21-yard line. And Deal back at quarterback. Ryan Deal, a 5'10", 200-pound junior. Handoff to the tailback, Uriah Fries, hit in the backfield of the 15.
Number 20 Fry, the ball carrier.
Boy, another good defensive play. Colin Rudy.
Brought down by number 5, Colin
Yeah, Rudy, you just got to love the way this kid plays.
Rudy.
Second down and about 15 for Clarke.
He was a missile. He flew right through there.
He did. Football back at the back at the 17-yard line. Second down and 15 for Clarke. 10:35 to play, third quarter with a running clock. Nolan right, left. Nelson one receiver right for Clarke, and that's Shriver. And Shriver back into motion near side. Here's the snap. Deal to throw. Looks, fires. Complete to Null at the 15. Gets outside the 20. Stiff arms his way to the 25 and bumped out of bounds. Nice catch and run by Null. He gets back up to about the 23 for a gain of 6. It'll be third down and 8 for Clarke with under 10 to play third quarter.
I mean, that was very good play, but that's letting the kids see that you don't. I mean, I don't know how to explain it quite right, but defensive guys are really excited trying to get to the ball, and that was a good play.
All the new defensive players for Atlantic, they go to their backups. 9:37 to play, third quarter running clock. Deal explaining the play to his guys in offense, and now they get adjusted with right and Null wide right. Shriver in the slot right. He's back into motion. Here's a handoff to tailback Fry. Gets across the 25, 30. Breaks across the 30 to the 33. And gets a brown shoe fit first down. So the right. A good run by Fry, the tailback. Pick up about 11 yards with 9:12 to go third quarter. Atlantic up 48-0 on the St. Pro scoreboard.
I mean, good positive yards. Good blocking. And this was kind of Clarke kind of needs this. Just kind of get. See if they can do some of their
See if they can
plays.
get something going.
Yeah.
And first down and 10. Ball on their own 32-yard line. Deal the quarterback again. Nolan right to the right side. One man in the backfield, that's Uriah Fry. Snap back to Deal. He wants to throw it. He's going to lob one deep down the middle of Null. It is incomplete. Shriver was there as well. And several Trojans on the coverage, including Ismail Alba was one of them. Also Xander Killian, the freshman, with a lot of potential here. The other. We're going 3 deep now in that defense in some cases.
Yeah, which is great. I mean,
second down and 10, the ball at the 32 running clock. 8:05 to play third quarter. Deal will check in the huddle. Atlantic up 48-0. Coach Brummer went to his backups in that second quarter. Danley's a tight end left. Schreiber wingback left. Here's a handoff to Uriah Fry. Hit the line of scrimmage. Scrambles and brought down at about the 30. Tackled made by Hank Roberts, the 5'10", 160-pound junior. Second down, 11 now for Clarke.
Number 83, Hank Roberts making the tackle.
Third down.
Or excuse me, thanks, Perry. 3rd and 11. 7:26 to play third. Snap back to Deal. He's going to throw a spot pass to Null, incomplete. And right there was Elba.
The 44 stayed at home.
He did.
He was ready to tattoo that receiver.
4th down, 11. And the deep back for Atlantic is going to be Xander Killian, the 6'1", 190-pound freshman. This guy can hurdle, too. Watched him in 8th grade. He ran away from the field in a track meet in Atlantic. Good athlete. I think he might be a wrestler.
Oh, there you go.
I believe, but we'll not exactly sure on that. I know his dad's assistant coach. Killian deep. And Avalos will put it away from his own 18. Here's a snap
Nice
and the punt.
punt.
Another beauty. Backpedaling as Xander Killian makes a fair catch at the 30. Atlantic will have it a first down and 10 there as the clock is rocking and rolling down to 6.5 to play third quarter. The Save Pro scoreboard.
So
Trojans come out with their backups.
This is like backups, isn't it?
Might be, because I don't know. Grant Petty at a quarterback.
Oh.
Grant is the backup QB.
He's talking to Coach.
Yeah,
down
there we
there.
go. We'll see Grant Petty at the QB spot.
First and 10 on the 30-yard line.
Trojans leading 48-0, and they pretty much decided things in that first half, obviously. Also checking in is Roland Hinman. He'll be in that offensive line for the Trojans. They'll break huddle. They'll send one receiver wide right. Brandon Wagner, a sophomore, is a split into the right side. High backfield behind Petty. And he'll turn and hand it off. And on the carry for the Trojans, Landon Hagan, another freshman. Picked up a couple of yards. Second down and 8 for Atlantic.
So you might as well play some freshmen. They haven't had a ball game yet.
Good point. The ball is marked at the 32. Petty, a sophomore quarterback, playing starting corner for Atlantic. Had that one pick here in the first half of the Trojans. Atlantic able to get, 2 takeaways. That fumble recovery in the end zone.
Well, 3, because then they didn't.
You're right. They had 2, and Ritter had an interception.
2 interceptions. And
Ritter a pick, Petty a pick, and the fumble recovery by Joaquin Wales in the end zone. Second and 8, Trojans 32. Petty out of the I formation, handoff to his tailback. Oh, boy, could be a face mask.
He's going to chiropractor. Holy moly.
Don't have number 30 listed here, but
he stayed up.
He stayed up.
He's looking out the ear hole, I guarantee you that.
There's a flag out. 4:54 to go. Personal foul, face mask. We saw that from up in Marnie.
Yeah.
We saw that a mile away. He had a couple of yard gain, and now he tack on 15. He spun him around like a top.
Yeah, they did. He can go see Fritz.
And Brown shoe fit first down at Body Basic Chiropractic. Ball at the 46 of Atlantic. Clock will roll again at 4:54.
Sometimes you stick your hand out and you don't know what you're grabbing, but you're grabbing something.
Look what I got, huh?
Yeah.
Petty under center, high backfield behind him. And he'll turn and hand off to his tailback with a full head of steam. And that is Xander Killian, the freshman, gets to about the 49.
Xander Killian with the carry.
Second down for the Trojans at about 6 yards to go. They shuffle in Rudy in the lineup. And we don't have number 30 in our roster. We apologize. In our program, playing a lot of young players here.
Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Trojans.
Second down for Atlantic, 4:18 to go in the third quarter. Atlantic up 48-0. Your score brought you up the Seed Pros. One receiver wide right, that's Wagner. High backfield, Rudy the up back, and Petty the quarterback. The sophomore takes it, hands off to Rudy, and he gets across the 47 to 46, close to 45. It'd be a gain of 5 if they give him that carry inside the 46. Third down, about a yard or two to go, about 2 yards to go.
That was a pretty good run, though.
Yeah, it was.
Put his head down and just
straight ahead running.
Yep.
Again, that running clock. Petty gets the play from Coach Brum on the near sideline.
Right in on the tackle.
Iowa High School scoreboard show coming up. Friday night scoreboard show coming up at 10 o'clock, and we should be able to make that here this evening. Wagner wide right, eye backfield behind the quarterback Grant Petty with 3:23 to go. Third quarter. 2 yards for Trojans. Snap, give, fullback drive, and he gets the first down across the 45 to about the 41-yard line.
But that was the offensive line did a pretty good job. They had a good push.
Good push. First down at 10 Atlantic. A brown shoe fit first down. Colin Rudy, the up back on the carry, picked up about 5, maybe 6. 2:56 to go here in this third quarter.
This is going to get the old freshman a little fire in their belly when they actually get to play a freshman team.
Hagan will check in for Atlantic. Go ahead, Fergie.
You know, earlier Andy Mitchell said that first game that there wasn't going to be a lot of JV games and some freshman team games, so this is awesome.
Yes, it is.
First down at 10, the pitch back, and Killian is hit hard at the 40-yard line. Yeah, Uriah Fry came up to make the hit for the Indians. He got back to the line of scrimmage at the 41, and that's it.
Yeah, but he had a good head of steam going.
He did.
They both hit pretty hard.
Collision there.
Yeah, that might be the collision of the game.
Could be. Mark that one down.
Yeah, we haven't seen one yet.
Hagan will check in as well. Second and 10, Atlantic at the 41 of the Indians. 48-0 Trojans. Backup players getting a lot of time here. They'll send Hepler wide left. Petty the quarterback, under 2 to go, third quarter. And the snap, and this is the fullback, and he takes it back to the line of scrimmage. Number 30 we don't have. Third down and 10. 1:43 to go. Ball at the 41 of Clarke.
Number 30, the ball carrier.
Let's say.
No gain on the play.
I don't know if Clarke's substituting some of their younger players in, but they finally took 21 out. I mean, he's been going both ways.
Yeah, Fry going both ways. He's a linebacker on the near side.
And I bet you his whole body's got to be black and blue.
Oh, boy. Cohen Moore is a corner near side for Clarke.
Pass it. I want to see a pass.
Wagner wide right. Third down and 10 for Atlantic at the 41. Coach Bremer calls a timeout, and we'll take it with him. We're back in a minute on 95.7 FM and WesternIowaToday.com TV.
As we round out the summer here.
When you're on the go, it's all about convenience. Add fantastic food, beverages, plus BP superior fuels, and you have Olson's BP in Atlantic. From sunup to sundown, we're the keep you going store. From our loaded breakfast burritos and Bunker Dunker donuts to our delicious Champs chicken and pizza to go, we have the food you crave. Don't forget the cold beer in the beer cave. Stop in and fill her up. There's always something you need at Olson's BP, the keep you going store, 2nd and Locust in Atlantic.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Video at WesternIowaToday.com.
To Atlantic is the Trojans up 48-0, and Audubon a winner here. Audubon with a winner over Cam 38-20, and Jacoby Wood, I believe. Is that what you're saying, Perry? Or?
Yeah, well, according to our cameraman, his wife said it's Jacoby Wood, that's number 30.
Okay, thank you.
Or Rutherford, or Austin Rutherford.
One of the two.
One of the two.
Third down at 10, the 41. Snap to quarterback,
here we
new
go.
QB in the
Pass.
lineup, rolling to the right side, and he's brought for loss back to the 44. That's Uriah Fry making the stop.
31. Who do we know? Did they have a 31?
We
on
need a
now?
30. Hagan is now the quarterback. He was the ball carrier near his side. And 47 seconds to go in the third quarter of the running clock. And Trojans playing all their backups here now against the Indians. They led 48-0 at the end of the halftime break. And they led at 28-0 after the first quarter. Scored 3 more touchdowns in the second. They'll come up live in scrimmage at the Indians' 43-yard line. One receiver wide left. Under center, Hagan now at quarterback for the Trojans. The pitch back to his tailback, Xander Killian. Cuts inside the 40. Breaks the tackle down to the 35, and he gets to the 34 for a gain of 9.
Here comes a flag of 50 feet away.
Killian runs hard for a freshman. That back judge threw a flag.
He was
also the head linesman threw a flag on the play. Killian to the 35-yard line, a pickup of 8. And we'll see what this is all about with 7 seconds to go in the third. Personal foul is a call. No signal giving on which side is it against. There you go. Face mask against the Indians. That's going to be 15 more from the 34 all the way down to the 19 in the Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance at 712-243-1951. They're going to mark at the 20, 19-yard line. 7 seconds to go. A Brown shoe fit first down.
Yep, I think by the time they get up to the ball, that's going to be over, boys.
And that's going to be it here in the third quarter. Running clock, 48-0 Atlantic on the Seed Pros scoreboard. We'll take a 1-minute break. We're back right after this.
Get to the Super Bowl in Atlantic for a great night of entertainment. League teams are forming now. If you don't have a team and still want to compete, you can sign up and Dan will find a team for you. Stop by or call 712-243-4656. And the Super Bowl is not just for leagues. It's a fantastic place for parties. And as always, Glow Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights.
At Outfitters Plus in Atlantic, you'll find all the latest in custom apparel and headwear. Head to Outfitters and work with the design pros to make your customized tees, team apparel, and personalized swag for your business a reality. Whether it's fan apparel for your high school or youth sports teams, your business, or you just want to make something your own, you'll have everyone saying, "Where'd you get that?" Don't forget, Outfitters will also add your group store online to make ordering a breeze. Get personalized at Outfitters Plus Outlet Store in Atlantic. Stop by today.
On KS 95.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
And welcome back to Atlantic as the starters getting the night off here, the second half. Anyway.
Or minute of the second quarter.
They open up a 48-0 lead early, and they are getting a break here in the second half, and the backup players doing a nice job. Receivers left and right. Rudy's the up back. Hagan, the quarterback for Atlantic, hand off to Rudy. Puts his head down. No, Rudy. Hey, Wagner keeps it. The pitch and the run and ahead at the 12.
We're getting more hit now than we did.
Gain of 7 on the run play. Nice fake to Rudy. Faked me out, and the pitch went back to the tailback who picked up some good yards to the 12-yard line. Second down and about 4.
Man, that was a good tattoo.
Checking in is Landon Hagan, quarterback for the Trojans, a third-string quarterback now for Atlantic. Early fourth quarter with a running clock, second down and 3. And Hagan under center for Atlantic in the I backfield. Xander Killian back in there. He's going to get the call. He tries to get the edge, and whistles are blowing.
Yeah, I didn't see. It's false start, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Flag on the play. It'll be false start on the Trojans.
Isn't the clock supposed to be running even during penalties? No.
Stop the clock here.
Second and 8.
Rutherford, thank you, Coach. Coach Molnex bailing us out here. Ashton Rutherford is the tailback, number 30. So it's second down and 8 for Atlantic with under 11 to play. Rutherford's your tailback. And the up back is Colin Rudy. The ball at the 17, 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. In the Armor Insurance red zone, this is Rutherford. He breaks the tackle, breaks another, gets across the 10.
He's still
spins
going.
his way to the 5. Rutherford with a great
There's
run.
a flag.
Another flag is thrown back at the 7.
I think it was a sideline judge that launched it like 30 yards.
He got a good arm.
Wow.
It's going to be a first down for Atlantic if the play holds as it is.
But there's a flag on the play.
So big run for Rutherford for Atlantic. And again, the clock stops on the penalty flag. And I believe we'll get the signal here. It is.
He's just strutting. Man, he's
holding against the
Clarke.
Defensive holding declined by the Trojans. And they get a first down, a brown shoe fit first down at the 5-yard line. 10:34 left in the first fourth quarter here with the running clock. So the Trojans will line it up again for the 5-yard line of Clarke.
Trojan, first down.
Good job of these backup players. Rudy the fullback, Rutherford the tailback.
You know they're wanting to score. They don't care.
Wagner under center for Atlantic. He'll take it. Hand off to Rudy. Bursts off the left side. Touchdown, Trojans. Colin Rudy.
Wow. Right at the middle.
Yeah, how about that?
He's a hard runner, man.
Rudy at 10-19. Bursts in from the 5-yard line for the Trojans. And they'll push the score down of 54-0.
Can you bet high school football?
Thompson's going to head out.
Can you bet high school football? No, I didn't think so.
What?
Well,
no. So the extra point by Hayden Thompson is coming up. The snap to kick is up, and it is good. And Atlantic up 55-0. 10-19 left. We're back in 30 seconds.
Get ready for a fresh start at Greg Young Atlantic. Our Greg Young Fresh Start program helps you hit the road with confidence, overcome credit challenges with personalized financing, and a wide selection of great vehicles. Visit us today to find your brand new Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, or Ram. Or check out our huge pre-owned selection at GregYoungAtlantic.com and GregYoungCDJRAtlantic.com. And to apply. Don't miss out on this incredible offer. Here at Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
5.7 and live video at westerniowatoday.com.
And Trevor Ellison.
Welcome back to Atlantic. We'll go to Kevin Ferguson. Pretty impressive drive by the backup guys, huh?
I think they got too many men on the field here,
1, 2,
guys.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12. We'll have to get somebody out. The guy on the far side's hiding. See, he wants to get in there.
Oh, sorry. Great job by the backups there on that offense,
you got it, but
man.
you're right about the numbers for there's 12.
Well.
Yeah, there is. They're going to get away with it, too. Here's a kickoff, a high end over end by Ellison. And it's picked up at the 15-20 and up to about the 27. On the return is Azel Herrera.
With a return.
And they did get away with it.
And he got away with it.
Well, you know what?
Hey, I counted 3 times, and there was 12.
Yeah, you and Fergie caught that quick.
Well, Fergie caught it.
Yeah?
Don't give me credit. I just back him up. Under 10 to go. Running clock. 55-0 Atlantic. They led 48-0 at the halftime break with a running clock here in the second half, and the starters getting the night off late in that second quarter. Clarke, we'll see if they can put a drive together here. Deal the quarterback, waiting for the play to come in. Ryan Deal, a 5'10", 200-pound junior.
So they got to bring an offensive lineman in.
Yeah, they need a lineman.
And it's going to be a penalty because delay a game.
So they got the lineman in, and then we've got a delay
Coach called timeout.
Coach Clutter gets a timeout before the penalty. 9:21 to go, and timeout call. We'll take it with them. Back in a minute.
Reminder, volleyball.
Like a good neighbor.
Hello, I'm Elvis Haas with Elvis Haas State Farm, and we're more than just an insurance agency. We're part of the community, and we hope to soon be part of your family and helping you understand your coverages. We meet with people just like you every day to help prepare them for what life throws at them. Covering your auto, home, farm, business, life, and financial services, we help walk you through everything, and we're here for your support. Stop by our location at 1 Half Block Woodhouse, out at Facebook, or call 712-243-4824. Elvis Hass State Farm is there.
WesternIowaToday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic. 55-0 timeout called by Clarke and Coach Clutter to get the right alignment there as Trojans come out on defense. The ball at the 28-yard line of Clarke. First down and 10. Browns should first down for these guys. And Deal, the quarterback. Now the shotgun set. Here's the snap to Deal. Here comes the blitz. Here's the throw. Caught at the 34-35. Danley, the 40. And Danley gets hit and drops the 44 of the Indians.
Deals pass complete to number 84.
Tackle made by Xander Picken. Picken on the tackle.
Number 29,
Killian also there to make the stop. First down and 10. A timeout is going to be called here by the official.
Oh, for measure?
With less than 9 minutes to go. I'm not sure.
We got a player down for
Atlantic. Looks like a cramp on the near side. The ball at the 44-yard line. Quick game recap. Atlantic scored 28 points in that first quarter. McNeil, a 65-yard TD run, a 4-play 80 drive. And Tristan Hayes hit Jared Hansen a 16-yard pass. He backed it up with a 50-yard pass to Hansen. Atlantic led 28-0 in the first quarter when O'Brien went in from 13. Then in the second quarter, the Trojans able to put more points on the board. McLaren is scoring on a 6-yard run. Hayes hit Ritter on a 35-yard pass play. And Joaquin Wales made it 48-0 on a tackle in the end zone. A fumble recovery with 4:45 to go in the second quarter play. That's the game recap. Colin Rudy just moments ago scoring on a 5-yard run to make it a 55-0. Hayden Thompson's made all extra points except one in the ball game. And
I think it was a bad hike and a bad hole, too, the way it looked.
It hit the upright and one of them went in.
Yeah.
That was the late John Madden called that a doink. A doink went in. Boy, he was great, wasn't he?
Oh man, miss him. He was pretty funny.
He was all around. Snap back to Deal to throw. Here comes the rush. He'll fire. It is incomplete. He wanted Wright. Ooh, and Wright's going to come up wounded. Wright looks like he twisted his knee. Oh boy. Or maybe he's got a cramp. Hopefully that's what it is. Yeah, we'll see.
You know, Tom, you're not a real Bears fan if you don't know the double doink.
Double doink? Explain that.
Oh, it was one game, and they got the doink, and it went in, and they scored against the Packers.
Woohoo!
It's a YouTube deal with two guys that, you know, are dub Bear fans.
Okay.
Pretty funny stuff.
It's a cramp to right there. The pass was overthrown, and he came down and it looked like he might have twisted a knee. But
that's what I kind of thought too. But
yeah, he's just got a cramp, and they're stretching it out. He's going to walk off the field of his own power. 8.5 to play here in this game. The score brought to you by Seed Pros. It is 55-0 Trojans. Clarke trying to get something going on offense here as Deal will return to the huddle along with Brandon Wagner, with Javier Munoz. First and second down, the ball of the 44 of the Indians. Our post-game show will be coming up, brought to you by Olson's BP. Deal out of shotgun, twin receivers to the right side. Second and 10 for the Clarke 44, 8:17 to play. Here's a blitz. Here's Deal, pump fake. Lobs one down the near sideline, and Munoz makes the catch at the 33, and he dances to the 30-yard line. First down and 10, a 26-yard pass from Deal to Javier Munoz. And the Indians get a brown shoe fit first down at the 30-yard line.
All right. Well, I think that's their starting offense, isn't it?
Yes, for Clarke. Yes, it is.
Good.
Stream brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. And our video powered by Nishnanet, the ball at the 30. 7:37 to go. Clarke moving the ball in that pass play from Deal to Munoz, and he'll be wide right. Naw wide left. Uriah Fry in the backfield for Clarke. Here's a snap back to Deal. He's going to throw it again. Lobs it right side, and it is caught at the 20-yard line. Close to another first down for the Indians.
Yeah, our D-back, or linebacker, he had him pretty covered, too.
Ishmael Elba for Atlantic was on the coverage pair. You're right.
He was coverage. It's just the receiver jumped a little higher than our DB did.
Another Brown shoe fit first down in the Armor Insurance red zone. To make sure your protection never breaks down, call Armor Insurance at 243-1951. That's 712-243-1951. 6:45 to play. Atlantic up 55-0. The Seed Pro scoreboard. Ball for hash. First down and 10 Indians at the 20 of Atlantic. Snap back to Deal in the shotgun. He wants to throw. Here comes the rush. He's wrapped up and dropped, and the ball is on the turf, picked up by the Indians, but a good job by Drevin Smith, a sophomore, to get in there and wrap him up and drop him. Back across the 25, all the way back to the 28-yard line.
That's pretty good.
Oh, Smith was in there.
First actual sack of the year, wasn't it?
I think you're right.
I wondered if you're right.
Second down and long for Clarke. Football the 29 of Atlantic. Second and 19, 6 minutes to play. They send Null wing right now. He's going to go left. Deal in there out of the shotgun for the Clarke Indians. Atlantic almost jumped off sides. Deal to throw over the middle, incomplete. He wanted Munoz right there at the 20. Overshot him. Third down to 19 now for Clarke.
It was a bullet. He threw it pretty good.
5:40 to go. Trojans up 55-0. They topped Jefferson 48-30 last week, and up 55-0 here. 5:28 to go.
It's nice to see our offense score.
Get in, bro. Rudy had the short run.
I mean, our offense just put up some points.
Yes. Twins right for the Indians. Snap back to Deal. He's going to throw it again. Here comes the rush. Breaks the tackle on the run. Fires down the near sideline. It is caught in the end zone by Null. Brock Null makes the catch on a 29-yard pass from Deal to Null. And the Indians on the board.
Well, good for them. I mean, they've had a rough night, so at least they're not leaving empty-handed.
And that was a well-earned one.
Yeah,
that receiver laid out now to catch that ball.
And that quarterback had to scramble.
Number 24, Avalos.
So Ryan Deal hits Brock Null on the 29-yard TD pass to get the Indians on the scoreboard. And the extra point by Rafael Alavos. Coming up, the snap, the set, and the kick is up, and it is good. 55-7. We'll take a 30-second break. We're back on 95.7 FM and WesternIowaToday.com TV.
Thinking about what you want to do in retirement can be fun, and planning for it doesn't have to be difficult. According to Money Guide Incorporated, only 3 out of 10 Americans have a financial plan, and 1/3 report they have no retirement savings. Financial planning is not just all about assets, investments, and net worth. It's about identifying your financial goals. Hi, I'm Erin Friend, a certified financial planner and registered investment advisor. We help you create a customized financial plan based on your expectations, financial situations, and goals. Please contact me, Erin Friend, at 712-207-3521.
Live video at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic. So the Indians get a score. Ryan Deal, the quarterback, the junior, on a 29-yard pass play to Brock Null for the touchdown. And Deal, who threw 3 passes a year ago, he played behind Jack Cooley, the quarterback that threw for well over 1,000 yards last year. He was good.
Man.
And Deal wheels and deals that one to the end zone.
Did that coach from last year go somewhere else?
Yeah, and I'm not sure where Coach Quinn went. And right, he's gone. A new regime here at Clarke with Coach Justin Clutter. Avalos will kick it away. 5:04 left, running clock, second half. Atlantic up 55-7 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. By your side to maximize yields from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Benthager, Nick Canusa, and Gary Dinkla. So Avalos will tee it up for the Indians. Atlantic with Ethan McNeil deep at the 5. Jared Hansen deep at about the 3. So 2 of the starters back into return. Avalos will see if he gets a leg into it, and he does.
Wow.
And that one may sail in the end. Nope. Heads at the 5-yard line, gets the 10, right up the middle, 15-20. Gets a block from McNeil, 25. Cuts outside 30,
Flag.
35, and he's brought down. No, he's not at the 50. There he goes. Good block on the play. Munoz made the stop for the Indians.
We got a flag.
And a flag back at the 35. Boy, Hansen electrified the crowd to start the second half last week. He about did it again.
Yeah, he did.
Holding his Atlantic at about the 35, so negate the long run with 4:51 left to go in the game.
There's been a lot of flags that have taken a lot of plays that have been long plays for Atlantic tonight.
Another holding call is holding against the Trojans, the ball at the 35. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from there. They'll take it back to 25, first down and 10 for the Trojan backups. 4:51 to go. 28-0 after one quarter, 48-0 at the halftime break. Atlantic able to get one across.
Yeah, I was watching this official. He started counting the white helmets. I think they knew they missed. So he was counting all the white helmets.
Well, they don't have enough. They have 4, 7. They only have 10. They need one more. Coach needs one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right.
Only 10 players out there for the Indians right now. They're outnumbered here. Atlantic in the I formation. Here's a snap. And a handoff to the fullback row. We'll see who that is. He lost some yards of play. That's Rutherford. They're going to take it back to 23-yard line. Loss of a pair. Second down at 12 for Atlantic.
Well, it kind of looked like it wasn't really a good, clean handoff anyway.
Now they've got 11. 4:11 to play here in this game. Pretty quick second half with the clock rolling.
I know it.
Atlantic with the football. Ball near hash mark. Now into 4 to play. 48-0 at the halftime break. And a running clock the entire second half. Wagner wide right for the Trojans. Hagen the quarterback. I formation backfield. The pitch back goes to Xander. Killian, he gets to 20. Cuts outside 25, 30,
nice
35,
block.
40. He's to 50. He may go 40. And he's brought down inside the 40-yard line. Boy, Killian can motor. Just a freshman.
Okay. Fergie, did you see that block on the outside?
I did.
That was a very good block.
He's right here.
Okay. I was just like,
Hello,
wow,
Fergie.
that opened that up big time.
Good. So we'll hear from Coach Brummer. Fergie will talk to Coach Brummer here after the game in our post-game show brought to you by Olson's BP. Killian with a big run out inside the 40, the 39 of the Indians. 3 minutes left here in the game. High backfield. Snap, pitch. Killian again, 40, breaks the tackle, 35, down the 30, goes to 25, and he's hit and brought down. And 2 flags shown for 31, now 3.
Who can get the closest to where the penalty was? Because I saw the holding. I actually saw the holding by the receiver.
Atlantic with another holding call at the 31. Killian runs hard. Just a freshman, getting some reps at tailback for Atlantic here.
They're having a problem to figure out which flags, whose is whose.
They should put their name on it.
It kind of looked like a game of bags.
So they'll take it back 10 yards. Atlantic has the ball at first down and 10. Back at the 41 of the Indians. 2:51 left. 55-7. Trojans up on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Wagner, the quarterback, high backfield with Rudy. The up back and Rutherford now a tailback for Atlantic. And the handoff is to Rudy. He scrambles across the 40 to 39 for a gain of a pair. Second down and 8 for Atlantic.
Did you see that, though? He put his hand down, and he got an extra 2 yards. He could have put it down right away, and he sprung forward, put his hand down, and like jumping off a diving board.
2:30 left. Rodriguez made the stop for Clarke. And back in is Landon Hagen, the quarterback. He'll bring him up. High backfield. Rutherford is the tailback and Rudy the fullback. They call the second down and 10.
Yeah.
Here's a snap, the pitch. Rutherford across the 40, 35, 30, still going. 25, 20, he's wrapped up and spun down at the 21-yard line of the Indians. 18-yard gain for Rutherford, the backup tailback.
And that lineman did a great job blocking. He followed the blocks, and then he did a good cutback because he saw the lineman taking the block out, and that was a good run.
A brown shoe fit first down for Atlantic just outside that Armor Insurance red zone. They've got a first down and 10. 55-7 Atlantic on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Running clock, 1:39 to go. Under center. Hagan turns, pitches. Rutherford gets the call across the 20, 15. He's cut down inside the 15.
Yeah, but he
mark of the 14.
6 yards.
I like these backup running backs. They run hard. Rutherford and Xander, Killian.
Someone's down, and we got flags, and
we got a Trojan down on the field. Clock stop at 1:24. We're going to take a break as they tend to the injured player. We're back in 1 minute.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
At Seed Pros, our mission is to be your business partner every day of every season.
Pioneer Hybrid International was founded in Iowa back in 1926 and is still American today. Not many other seed providers can make that claim.
We partner with you to continually push the limits by combining elite seed genetics, local infield knowledge, along with customer service second to none.
We are with you from the word go. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, Nick Knutson, or John Becker to partner with a team that puts your business needs first.
Killian around the 25-20, and he runs to his own blocker, breaks at 15, and it fumbles a football, and it's picked up by a teammate at the 12-yard line.
Number 29, Killian.
So Killian had the carry, then it popped out of his hands. And the ball
it popped into
Landon Hagen's hands.
33.
30. Okay, that's Jackson Hepler Perry.
Yeah.
So Trojans get a gain on a third down and 1. Now pick up 9 to the play with 40 seconds to go. 55-7 Atlantic on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Third down and 1 yard to go at the inside the 15 out of the 13-yard line. Here's Hagen. He'll take it and pitch it back to Xander Killian. He gets to the 10, 5, and he's going to roll in for the touchdown, Trojans.
Wow.
Number 29, Xander Killian.
Holy cow.
Rush for a Trojan.
Killian with the touchdown, the backup freshman running back with 18 seconds to go.
But they were such good blocking. He just followed his blocks, and when they made these big holes, he could go wherever he wanted.
Atlantic playing reserve players that are showing off a little bit here tonight that they can play some football, and Hayden Thompson will kick the extra point again. 18 seconds on the clock. The kick is up and good. 18 seconds left to 62 to 7. Trojans with the big lead here and a big win. They go to 2-0 on the year and head to Glenmouth with a 2-0 record.
Can I ask this?
Yeah. Well, it depends.
Well, I'm going to.
Write it down first. And then
I'm not guessing. Again, we have not punted. We scored on every offensive drive.
Yeah, not quite.
Not quite. Close?
Close. Boy, Perry, that's a good point.
I mean, we haven't punted.
You ever turned the ball over?
No, we haven't punted.
Yeah, you may have something there.
I mean,
something I didn't keep track of right now.
And then we had a couple touchdowns called back.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, sometimes I do think. 18
seconds to go. And the kickoff by Trevor Ellison.
Kickoff for the Trojans.
62-7. Atlantic with the lead of the Seed Pros scoreboard. Ellison to kick it away. And here it is, an end-over-end kick. And is fielded at the 11-yard line by Fry. Gets the 20-25, breaks the tackle at the 25. Then he's wrapped up and spun down. Good coverage on the play by Ishmael Elba. That'll be the game, folks. Atlantic wins this one big here, 62-7. There's 4 seconds still on the clock, and it'll run down, and that'll be it as the stands start to clear out here in Atlantic tonight. But the Trojans jumped out early, had their foot on the gas until about late in the second quarter. They brought the starters off, and then backup players got to play and did a fantastic job.
They did a great job.
62-7 the finale here in Atlantic. The Trojans go to 2-0 on the year as they will head to Glenwood and play the Class 4A Rams next Friday night. Lots coming up. Our post-game show brought to you by Olson's BP. Great food, Godfather's Pizza, and quality BP fuel to keep you going company. Olson's in Atlantic. We'll be back right after these.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
At Seed Pros, our mission is to be your business partner every day of every season.
Pioneer Hybrid International was founded in Iowa back in 1926 and is still American today. Not many other seed providers can make that claim.
We partner with you to continually push the limits by combining elite seed genetics, local infield knowledge, along with customer service second to none.
We are with you from the word go. Contact Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, Nick Knutson, or John Becker to partner with a team that puts your business needs first.
With nicer days upon us, it's time to get your farm vehicles ready for the season. Dvorak Tire Atlantic will keep your truck in top working shape with our top mechanics. Anything from electrical to mechanical and service, Dvorak Tire will keep your farm vehicles going this season. Keep rolling with quality brands like Firestone, Michelin, and Mitas tires. Don't forget your Diamond WeatherTech products. Bed liners, floor mats, storage, and more can also be found at Dvorak Tire and Service. Dvorak Tire in Atlantic. Keep you in the field and on the road.
62-7 at Trojans with a big win over Clarke tonight here at Atlantic. They had two straight home games. They'll travel to Glenwood next Friday night. Well, it all started with Ethan McNeil's big run in the first quarter with 10 minutes to go. McNeil rambled 65 yards to pay dirt. That capped a four-play, 80-yard drive. Trojans scored again in less than 2 minutes later when it was Tristan Hayes, the quarterback, finding Jared Hansen on a 16-yard pass play. Extra point by Thompson, good both times, to make it 14-0. Atlantic scored again with 4:31 to go in the first quarter. This time it was Tristan Hayes hitting Jared Hansen on a 50-yarder. Extra point Thompson, good, made it 21-0. And then to cap off the first quarter, Tyson O'Brien rambled in from 13 yards out. Extra point good, made it 28-0. In the second quarter, the Trojans scored three more times. It was Gavin McLaren running it in from 6 yards out. Hayes hit Corbin Ritter on a 35-yard pass play. And Joaquin Wells picked up a fumble in the end zone. And that made it 48-0 Trojans. They tacked one more on in the fourth quarter. Backup fullback Colin Rudy went in from 5 yards out. Extra point good, 55-0. And then Ryan Deal, the quarterback for Clarke, hit his running back Brock Knoll on a 29-yard pass play to make it 55-7. And then Xander Killian on a 13-yard run for Atlantic, the freshman, rolled in to make it 62-7 after the extra point, Perry Fief. Well, we'll have the injury report coming up here, brought to you by Body Basic Chiropractic. And we did have a few cramps, I think, in the game. But I think everybody was able to get out of the game in pretty good fashion here tonight. We'll hear from Coach Brummer coming up here in just a little bit. Kevin Ferguson will have that interview with the coach here shortly. So for the most part, folks got out of here injury-free. Good to see Kenny Jewell back in the lineup tonight, and we'll see Shelton Malya back in next Friday night. Here, long distance play of the game is coming up next. It's brought to you by Dvorak Tire. Be ready to go to the long distance with tires from Dvorak Tire in Atlantic. And Body Basic brought us our injury report. Call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics. Long distance play of the game coming up next.
With nicer days upon us, it's time to get your farm vehicles ready for the season. Dvorak Tire Atlantic will keep your truck in top working shape with our top mechanics. Anything from electrical to mechanical and service, Dvork Tire will keep your farm vehicles going this season. Keep rolling with quality brands like Firestone, Michelin, and Mitas tires. Don't forget your Diamond WeatherTech products. Bed liners, floor mats, storage, and more can also be found at Dvork Tire and Service. Dvork Tire in Atlantic. Keep you in the field and on the road.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
When you begin your construction project, you want perfection from the ground up. This is Chris Houghton with Chris Houghton Earth Moving. When it comes to excavation, demolition, drainage, all your earth moving needs for your home, farm, or business, team up with experience, quality, and outstanding service. Chris Houghton Earth Moving has the experienced, knowledgeable employees combined with all the equipment to tackle your projects, large or small, and get the job done right. When you're ready to start digging in the dirt, give me a call. We're Chris Houghton Earth Moving, and we're digging it every day.
Trojans win big tonight, 62-7 over Clarke. Your score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Long distance play of the game came in that first quarter. We talked about it during the wrap-up at the 10-minute mark. It was a 65-yard run by Ethan McNeil. He has a 40-yarder last week. He got loose on a 65-yarder this week, and that capped that 4-play, 80-yard drive. So our long distance play of the game goes to Ethan McNeil. That kind of got things started.
Yeah, it really got things started. I mean, they were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden they made such a big hole, and he just zipped right down the sideline.
We saw a lot of great blocking tonight. It was kind of a tale of two halves. The starters all playing in the first half, first quarter, and three quarters. And then Coach Brummer went to his bench there late in the second quarter when the score got really out of hand, 48-0. And then the backups played the entire second half with that running clock to make quick work of this one here tonight. 62-7, the final. Well, our dozer of the game coming up next, brought to you by Chris Houghton Earth Moving. They're digging it every day. We're back with the dozer, the hit of the game, coming up next.
When you begin your construction project, you want perfection from the ground up. This is Chris Houghton with Chris Houghton Earth Moving. When it comes to excavation, demolition, drainage, all your earth moving needs for your home, farm, or business, team up with experience, quality, and outstanding service. Chris Houghton Earth Moving has the experienced, knowledgeable employees combined with all the equipment to tackle your projects, large or small, and get the job done right. When you're ready to start digging in the dirt, give me a call. We're Chris Houghton Earth Moving, and we're digging it every day.
If you own an RV or a sprayer, listen up. I have valuable advice. Don't procrastinate. Get your RV antifreeze from Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto now before you get busy with fall prep and harvest. Do it while the weather is good. It is available in gallons by the case and bulk 55-gallon drums. Come spring, you'll thank me and say, Amy Jo, that girl's got game. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your local Clarke West retail store, your winterization destination.
At the heart of Channel Seeds are the relationships we build with farmers. Hi, this is Lee Sadoff with Lyman Ag Supply. When you partner with Lyman Ag for your fields, you'll experience our seedsmanship at work. Jim Swanson and I are committed to working with you through year-round customized service. We are committed to your success. It starts with placing products to perform, extends to evaluating crop development throughout the season, and continues well after harvest into planning for next year. Expert advice, customized service, and elite products. We're Lyman Ag Supply, and our goal is your profitability. Give us a call.
Video stream, westernourtoday.com, powered by Nishnanet. Audio stream brought to you by Greg Young Automotive Group in Atlantic. They go the extra mile. Before we get to that dozer of the game, we are going to get to the Kevin Ferguson's interview with head coach Joe Brummer. We'll get to that here in a moment, and I think we'll have to get Fergie back in here to get that put up again. Here is, we'll hear from Coach Brummer here in just a little bit. Again, Atlantic wins 62-7. There we go. Thanks, Fergie. And Coach Brummer joined Fergie on the sideline. This is what he had to say.
Tom, I'm here with Coach Brummer. Coach, what a night. By golly, that offense looked amazing. The defense looked great. And the pass pro, run blocks, special teams, everything was very special tonight.
Yeah, the kids played really well. We executed well. Had a couple too many penalties there. Up front wise, I'd call them aggressive penalties. Is probably the better way of putting it out there, making sure that hands inside downfield, making sure we're doing our jobs and our assignments. But the fact that they're 10, 15 yards downfield makes you feel a little bit better. We don't want to take those penalties, but that's the ones that we're going to get. There's no silly or stupid penalties out there for the most part.
Coach, what do you want to work on next week?
Not holding.
Okay, Coach, thank you. Thanks, man. Thank you. Sorry about that.
All right, there we go. Coach Brummer pretty much
pretty sure
put it in perspective there for the game tonight. Again, 62-7, the final score. The Atlantic with the win over Clarke tonight. Hey, the dose of the game brought to you by Chris Houghton, Earth Moving. They're digging it every day, guys. And what do you have here?
Well,
number 20. That was a big hit.
Yeah.
I will say this, though. Grant Petty had a heck of a hit on that when he broke off that D-line and got that hit in the backfield. So I'd go there.
Well, I like that, what you said the first one, that 20. There was the second stringers that were laying some pretty good smacks, man.
I tell you what, and I'm going to say this because I mean it totally. I was very impressed with the second string. Not only are they teaching the blocking for the varsity, you can see the whole program is buying into this. And, it's just fantastic news for the future of Trojan football.
It is.
You got to admit that last quarter where there's basically the freshmen playing the varsity, and they were doing very good blocking. It's just, you're right. It's working from seniors all the way, hopefully, to 7th and 8th graders.
Yeah, and the other thing I'll say that impressed me with that was team speed on that lower end as well as our up end. We got some team speed.
You bet. Thank you, Fergie. Hey, we got to get to the Friday night scoreboard, but we got to get to your word of the week, brought to you by Lyman Ag, where their goal is your profitability. Your Channel Seed dealers, Lee Satoff and Jimmy Swanson.
At the heart of Channel Seeds are the relationships we build with farmers. Hi, this is Lee Sadoff with Lyman Ag Supply. When you partner with Lyman Ag for your fields, you'll experience our seedsmanship at work. Jim Swanson and I are committed to working with you through year-round customized service. We are committed to your success. It starts with placing products to perform, extends to evaluating crop development throughout the season, and continues well after harvest into planning for next year. Expert advice, customized service, and elite products. We're Lyman Ag Supply, and our goal is your profitability. Give us a call.
Have you ever heard the saying, people spend their life building wealth and neglecting their health, only to wish they could trade their wealth for better health at the end? This is Dr. Fritz Beyer, and it has now been over 30 years since my first chiropractic adjustment. I still get asked, do you get adjusted? Absolutely. I try to get adjusted at least once a month. I'm 47 now and still try to stay as active as ever. While I do get a few more aches and pains than when I was younger, it feels great to be able to step on the mat and help kids learning to wrestle. Chiropractic has helped me feel young enough to do it. If staying active is part of your future plans, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Hi everyone, this is Tanner from the Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It's free and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can sign you up in-store. Super easy and instant savings. You will still have the Fuel Savers savings on gas. We're the only store in town committed to giving you the cheapest gas. So when you choose the Atlantic Hy-Vee, you're not just shopping, you're experiencing service, quality, savings, and purpose. And as always, thank you for choosing Atlantic Hy-Vee.
To Trojan Bowl as we wrap it up with Perry Fief's Word of the Week, brought to you by Lyman Ag.
Well, I had some friends text me, say it's fluff or nutters. Like, no, it was arobics. So,
aerobics was okay.
Aerobics was the word.
Aerobics, the word of the
I didn't know
week.
what else to do. I didn't know. So thank goodness officials like to bend over and pick up flags.
Lyman Ag brings us our Perry's Word of the Week, where their goal is your profitability. Your Channel C dealers, Lee Satoff and Jim Swanson. That'll wrap up this one here tonight. A big thanks to Cody Weaver running our video that was powered by Nish Nanette, Perry Fief, and Kevin Ferguson. Big thanks to them. And we'll be on the road next week at Glenwood. Pregame at 6, the kickoff at 7. The Trojans will match up against the Rams. For Perry Fief, Kevin Ferguson, and Cody Weaver, a big thanks to Michael Sheriff engineering this football game tonight. We'll see you next week from Glenwood. Good night from Atlantic.
Nobody has delivered more high-yielding Enlist E3 soybean genetics to the marketplace than Stein. That means your local Stein representative can provide you with the product knowledge and seed genetics to help you maximize profits on every acre you plant. Discover yield plus experience by partnering with the undisputed leader in Enlist E3 soybean genetics. Learn more at steinseed.com. Stein has yield.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to